Uh, hey, hello everyone. Um, ah, welcome to Ready to Start the Podcast. It's been a while. It's been over a month. Um, hello. A lot of stuff has happened in the cartoon world. So yeah, let's just yeah. I don't know where Ryan and Rosa are. I'm gonna be honest. I thought they'd show up by now. Um, I've been hyping up this week's episode, um, kind of in hopes that they'd be back here. Um, no, they're not here. But hey, no, you know, who needs you don't need two people to have a podcast. I'm fine. I could do this by myself. So okay. So our first topic. Let's see. Let me look at my notes. I have a lot of notes. Oh, the new Rugrats show on Paramount Plus. I guess now's my chance to finally talk about this because I usually always get cut off or something comes up and we never really have time for it.
Steve?
Yeah. What?
Steve, is that you? What are you doing? Hey, buddy, what are you doing in there?
Hey, Ryan, yeah, she's just on time. Yeah, we were just talking about the Rugrats on Paramount Plus.
Do you mind if I interrupt you? Do you mind if we I have some other things I want to talk about. Are you cool if we talk about something else?
Yeah, no, sure.
All right,
of course, yeah.
Do you mind if I sit here? Do you mind if we sit here? Because there's multiple of us.
Well, how many did you bring? Did you bring is Rosa here?
Yeah, the whole gang's here. Look at the whole gang. Look, we're all here. Look to your left. Look to your right.
Wow. Okay. Well, took you long enough. I mean, where the heck were you? What? Why has it been a month? Do you know how much stuff has happened? The Addams Family 2 trailer dropped this last time we did a podcast.
Yeah. How was it?
It was pretty funny. You have all these great. You got freaking Nick Kroll, Oscar Wilde. Not Oscar Wilde. What's that guy's name? The Admiral Poe. He's not an admiral. Is he an admiral? You got the so yeah, it's all pretty laughs all around. Yeah.
All right, cool. Do you mind if I start the show? Do you mind if I introduce it?
Oh no, sure, go ahead. I didn't even actually start the. Yeah, just.
I got
them all warmed up.
It says here you're recording, but hello everyone. Welcome to Ready to Start the Podcast. It's been a bit, and we'll talk about why it's been a bit in a bit. But I'm Ryan Ribbity. Who else is here? Rosa.
Well, I'm here.
Steve's here.
That counts. Yeah.
You ever think about Tommy Pickles?
Yeah, I do.
You think you could fight Tommy Pickles in a Smash Bros. Match?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Are you ready to fight a child?
Who's our guest?
Hey, Nintendo from the YouTube channel Nintendo. This is the second time I've appeared on Ready to Start the Podcast. I'm so excited to be a part of season 2. I'm too quiet. Okay, I can turn the gain up. Yeah, there we go. Is it better? Tell me if it's better.
I don't know. I don't run this show.
I think we need to turn Nick down and we should talk over him all the time for the rest of the episode.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks for showing up, Nick. We'll see you in 2022.
I was here for like 10 minutes before the show started, so if I was too quiet, I kind of wish someone said something.
Oh, I'm terrible to tell me if someone's quiet or not.
Quiet. I'll just keep turning the gain up.
Put it up on my end too, so.
I'll turn it up on my end. Maybe that'll help too.
All right. Yeah, I'm very excited to be here. I have been mentioned in almost every episode since I appeared.
It's true.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, well, I should appear in the chat or say something on Discord, and it's like, oh, cool. It's cool that they're giving me attention. I love attention. Gotta eat it up.
You're way more popular than us.
It's like
But sometimes it's like I'm just listening to the podcast as I walk, and I just hear, oh, they bring up Nintendo. I'm like, oh, that's me.
I feel like you're the My Buddy Eric character. Like who's the guy from iCarly that like Spencer will bring up Sako?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, I mean, yeah, provide me with like cool socks, Nick.
Come on. I think our
Well-
longest like Nintendo like no mention of Nintendo streak like on the show has been like 2. I'm serious. I think I
You
counted
think?
once when I realized like, oh, we didn't mention Nintendo at all.
All right. Should we talk?
Yeah,
about,
let's get going. Let's start. Okay.
should we talk about where we've been before we get into any of the topics?
Yeah, let's do our like OKKO time skip episode.
All right. I want to be like a pirate by time skip. Arg.
I'm
Okay.
gonna like own Nintendo World.
Okay.
I didn't change at all.
Oh, so you're the KO in this episode. Like what?
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So for an actual explanation for why we took an accidental month-long hiatus, the week after we did the episode with Susie, I kind of made the motion that like, hey, there's nothing going on this week, and next week is Space Jam 2, so you might as well just skip the week and just have a big episode then. And then we tended to be like the week Space Jam 2 came out, but I got the day I was leaving wrong because I went to New York to see Rosa. I'll talk about that a bit more in a second, but I thought I was leaving on like Thursday, so we'd have time to do it. We were leaving on Monday, and I didn't bring any of my recording equipment. Nor did we have any time to do it. So that's just kind of what happened. I went to New York to see Rosa. It was very nice. We did see the penguins in Madagascar. I got Stuart Little. I crushed him.
It's true. I saw him.
I can
I saw it
I
happen.
Oh, you killed him.
can put him on screen right now. I can take the picture moments before I got him.
Yeah, it's true. I was there.
Literally on the news.
Moments before tragedy.
No, but New York was great. It's funny because I didn't even care about like most of like New York like sightseeing. It was more just getting to spend time with Rosa. There was a lot of times where we just kind of went to a place and sat down for a bit and like just hung out. That's kind of more what I cared about. I'm not much of a sightseer type person. I'm more just when I go to places, I just want to spend time with people more than anything. Herb. Herb's in chat right now.
Yeah, Curb.
We went to
I was there.
Went to the Nintendo. I could tell this story. We went to the Nintendo store the day we were with Curb. And it was one of those days. If you don't know, Charles Martinet, voice of Mario, does like meet and greets as Mario. Like he'll talk to you. And they were doing it that day, and we all stood there looking at him for like 5 minutes because no one was in line, and we're like, to him? Because we were all too nervous to go talk to Mario, and then we all left and regretted not talking to him.
Yeah, a lot of my
You
fears just
should've
like
talked to Mario.
Oh, yeah, I had a lot of fears of like speaking to Mario because I figured of like slipping up and saying something like I would not say to Mario.
And he's a big deal guy. Like it's like talking to he's the biggest guy in video game. Like, you know,
He's Mr. Video Game.
he invented them.
Yes. Who knew? Who's Miyamoto? Mario just existed.
He disappeared one day out of the sewers.
You people spent a month in the Big Apple, and he didn't even talk to Brooklyn's like guy. He's like they're like
Well, this will
shoot.
make you happy. I saw when I was in Central Park, I was just walking around, and then somebody
Yeah.
started singing all the actions I was doing, and I turned my
No.
head, and who else would it be but Birdie from Central Park?
from Central Park.
Who's
Oh my
one
God.
Way.
I love making Central Park jokes because I think I only know 3 people who've ever watched it. I'm
I
one
gotta
of them.
say, Ryan, that's pretty freaking awesome. Can we get a hand? Can we get some hands?
It's the image of
for that?
Stuart, by the way.
Freaking awesome.
There he is.
I watched Central Park. I think I saw season 1, all of season 1, and no one has ever asked me what I think of it. There's been no one on YouTube or on Twitter being like, Nick, you need to talk about Central Park.
I've seen every episode actually up to like most recent because
Oh,
I have to.
Me too.
It's weird because I like it. It's cute. It's fun. But I don't like love it. I feel like I'm just watching it because I feel bad because no one else ever watches it. So I feel like somebody has to watch this show.
Right.
sympathy watch. Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
friend who was a storyboard artist on season 1.
Hey, good job.
Um,
It always looks nice.
yeah, it's a very, very nice looking show. Although it's pretty weird when I think that's one show where if you look at the list of storyboard artists, they have like 10 on a single episode instead of like maybe 3 or 4 depending on the production.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that's more of a probably a primetime animation thing.
Just a few more things about New York. Besides seeing Rosa, which is like, that's in a tier of its own. If I would like rank New York stuff, like make a tier list. Besides Rosa, which is like the SS tier. The S tier was we went to an ice cream place called Big Gay Ice Cream, and I had what was like the best milkshake I ever had there.
Is that where you saw Arlo?
No,
No,
that was like at a different place at 34th Street nearby K-Town.
yeah, we went to K-Town, and there was an ice cream, like a little like sweet shop place, and it was making sweets that looked like Arlo, which we thought was funny.
Yeah, and we did
Oh.
saw Arlo in Times Square.
We did. We saw our, people were like, it was like, oh look, it's Cookie Monster. I'm like, these guys don't even know who Arlo is.
Come
Yeah,
on, yeah, fake fans.
big Arlo fans. I
Third
feel that Arlo is the ultimate Muppet.
third place for New York has to be the fact that you can walk outside and get a big slice of pizza for $2 at almost any time.
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah, New York.
I love the city.
New York is fun. I'm not much of a sightseer person, so again, most of my fun was just kind of hanging out with Rosa. We did a lot of just going to places and sitting down. We broke because my family were with us. We kind of broke off from them a lot because they like to go everywhere and see everything. We were more slow and methodical about it. But it was great. We got to meet a friend there. We got to see Curb. I think anything else.
Stay at home meets on Curb.
Stay at home meet son.
Yeah. Also, shout out to Don. Don said, "Get it done."
I'll say this. Maybe this is my New York hot take. I think Times Square is miserable. I hate being there.
Also, yes, I was watching Scott the Wiles in the middle of a McDonald's.
You were, yeah. Rosa pulled out her phone and started watching Scott the Wiles, and the volume was really loud. And
You could hear Scott
my
saying
God.
sex. He says that a lot.
He does. That's one of his words.
I think the thing about Times Square I hate is I don't like big loud crowds usually. I can handle most of New York because like it's pretty spread out and everyone kind of keeps themselves. Times Square, there's always someone trying to hand you something. There's always people like screaming. There's kids running around everywhere. It's super crowded, and then you turn your head, and at any given moment, the M&M will be looming over you.
Welcome
Yeah.
to City 17.
Yeah, that's where we were. See, do you have it? Where were you? What was your time skip like?
I've just been sitting here waiting for you.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hope you had fun. Your little journey.
Yeah, our next idea for a trip, we all hang out at Lou's and Renee's house and have a hot sauce eating contest.
Oh yeah.
I guess should we get to the topics now because there's a lot of them.
Yeah, let's get into the first one, the most important one: Monster Inc. Green Ball for the Nintendo GameCube.
Not gonna talk about Monster Inc. Scream Ball for the Nintendo GameCube.
Why is she talking about that? Do you know about that, Ryan? Do you know why?
I don't
She was
know.
talking about this.
Rosa will just say things. I'm like, yeah.
It's true. I
We
said
do,
a lot
we
of
do.
things in New York.
You talk about Monster Inc. Screamball?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'll say one more thing about New York before we continue. Patrick Star was everywhere.
It's true.
Yeah.
He's got that new
They've had those
show.
buses going around
He was on-
all around the city.
Yeah, he was like on all the buses. He was like on
Did you see Grandpat?
I did see Grandpad voiced by Dana Snyder.
This almost has a slip there.
Yeah.
I think no one could do an impression. I've never heard anyone be able to do an impression of Dana Snyder. Like impossible.
No, he's. I really don't. It's like so.
It's a very
It's-
specific voice.
Yeah.
I could do like a really bad one where like, "Oh Molly, you gotta go to school today. It's your first day of school, Molly.
I'm going to Pride as an ally.
Yeah, I think someone mentioned in chat, but I think Jerma does a decent Danish. Schneider.
I'm
gonna throw
this thing on the floor.
Yeah.
He's pretty Master Shake adjacent.
The clip that Seep animated, which that April Fool's video was really funny. I liked it a lot.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I think that's a decent Danish Schneider. But yeah, what do you guys want to talk about?
I think,
what topics should we discuss?
There's a lot. I kind of wrote them down. There's
gonna be another 3-hour episode, everyone.
I'm gonna be.
No.
I'll be honest. There's some stuff we might skim over. Like people are asked a few things, but I kind of wrote down stuff I thought would be the most interesting to talk about. I think first of all, I think we need to talk about the next big game ever. We gotta talk. I think we have to talk about Nick because I've had no chance to talk about this. We did talk about Nicktoons All-Star
Nick's text
Brawl.
bigger than everyone else's? Than all our names? Why does he have the biggest name?
No, because he
Celebrity.
big draw.
You're covering with Arlo.
Yeah,
I almost said Olaf.
Bitch, Robbers!
What?
It's Arlo singing in summer. We're just making baby. We're just like making baby noises.
Sounds like someone. I don't think those are the lyrics, Arlo. You might need to look them up. You might need to use the official Frozen karaoke version.
The Frozen karaoke version.
Yes.
So where do we start with Nicktoons All-Star Brawl? So I guess the reason people are talking about this game more than like other licensed games like no one really talked about Nicktoons Card when it was coming out, but the thing that makes this very distinct, I would say, is there's like an God, I was eating earlier. Sorry. Is there's like an actual team of like fighting game developers working on this game, which is super.
Well, I'm just patting your back. Sorry.
And it's funny because like this is gonna have rollback netcode and Smash Bros. World. It's just very funny that like because when we heard from like the developers of this game, Nick apparently approached them like, "Hey, we want you to make a fighting game, and we don't mean like a baby one. We want you to make an actual one."
Nick, you did that? This was your idea, Nick?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
This is my favorite thing when people talk about Nickelodeon online. They're like, I hate Nick. Nick sucks. Nick used to be better 15 years ago. I'm like, what did I do?
But it's weird because like it's weird to me that like I want Nick just approaching this like kind of small studio, be like, we want you to make an actual Nickelodeon fighting game. We're like, this is like not like a baby one, like a Flash game. We want an actual one.
Right. It's pretty exciting. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't get this kind of stuff a lot anymore.
No, we don't.
All we get is like phone games for like licensed game tie-ins. It's all like
Mhm.
phone games and Flash games.
I
Not even Flash games anymore. Those are gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
and the
gone.
roster looking pretty great too.
got some pretty fun choices. Yeah, I mean, like I think Oblino from All Real Monsters is a very funny character. Like just having a fighting game, just that specific character.
Right.
Helga is a fun choice too.
Yeah.
I've always stood by that if they were going to do something like this, Helga makes way more sense to like as a combat character than Arnold.
Yes. Yeah.
She has like a counter too.
Patrick Star does his scoop move.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's a
like-
lot of really specific references. Sorry to cut you off, Rosa, but there's
okay.
a lot of really specific references to like
Mhm.
stuff like Sandy's extendo legs,
Yeah,
and there's a lot of someone did a really good compilation image.
there's like
a couple weeks when it was revealed.
there's like Patrick's laser butt from the Spy
Yes!
episode of all
Yes,
things.
that was my favorite thing. I love that episode, and it's such a specific thing to put in.
That's such like a That's such like a weird thing to put in.
Uh-huh.
But it works. It just makes it hilarious. I like how for like the Rugrats they chose Reptar instead of aiming at the babies.
you can like I can like imagine like be like, hey, we need to put Rugrats in here because it's like one of our biggest shows. It's like airing right now, but we literally cannot put any of the babies in. You have to do Reptar.
Yeah.
Why not put in Angelica too?
Angelica's also a baby.
No, she's
She's
like
kind of a baby. She's like
3.
almost, I don't know.
3,
You
4.
could get away with saying, you can get away with like being like, oh, she's like, she's like a kid. She's not a baby. She's like Lucy Loud.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
Isn't Lucy like 8 and
Yeah, but
Angelica's,
like they're like the
3.
same size. They're the same size.
Sorry,
Don't think about
Loudhouse fandom, if I screwed up the age of one of the characters.
I love you. No, Lucy.
Lincoln is 10.
done
That's
that.
all I know.
I feel how Lucy Loud is 9.5 years old. Big Loud.
right.
I'm a big Loud House fan. I don't know if I mentioned this before because as someone who streams games and talks about games a lot, I actually would not consider video games like my favorite thing or like most important thing. I'm way more like an animation fan than a video game fan. I like video games. Is just what I like to do. But, like I could probably have more interesting thoughts like on a cartoon than like a game. I would say usually. So in a lot of ways, this is a game made specifically for like me.
Yeah, a Scribble Blimble game.
Okay.
For you specifically.
Yeah. I mean, I hope the game's good. I hope it's not in the same vein of those kart racers, which I've heard better things about the second one, but
Yeah.
I didn't pick any of them up because they looked like shovelware.
I've heard from people who, like play tested the game. It's like the real deal apparently. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
God.
I hope they put in Fanboy and Chum Chum characters. I heard rumors that they might have been deconfirmed.
yeah.
I hope those are not true.
So there was like they're very active on the Discord, kind of talking about development. They talked about a few things. Like I think Fanboy and Chum Chum were confirmed not to be in the base roster. The base roster. Keep that. They are actually considering DLC from this because the reception was like so positive. Now they're considering
awesome.
DLC. So
I want Lenny and
my
Vogue
God.
Ice Climbers. That's what I want. I feel like they'd be a great combo. Or Fanboy and Chum Chum, or just Bug. I think just Bug. He can have some change. He can be like he can bring up the what's the name of the video game? The monkey hammer, like the thing that Dr. Kong
Yeah.
Like
Champ Chomp. I don't remember what it's called. I'm sorry,
Chimp
Fanboy
Chomp?
Chump Chump. Chimp Chomp. Yeah, I haven't watched the show in like 2 years.
Apparently, Alex Mack was considered. We know Nick picked the roster from what they said because they said something like, "Oh, if we were picking the roster, it'd be a lot weirder than it already is."
mm-hmm.
Where's the Yakety Yak rep? I need to ask everyone a question. Name one thing about Yakety Yak besides the theme song of the kid with the pineapple head.
Yeah. Oh, never mind.
Haven't seen a second of
Robot.
that show.
The robot girl.
There's a robot
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah, Yakety Yak.
I'll be shocked if Jenny is in the game because like I don't know. I feel like if you're making a Nick fighting game, she's like the most obvious choice. So it's like the Avatar characters.
Yeah, I don't know.
Someone wants Zelda Van Gutters, the dog from Nick Mag. I think that's an excellent choice. We need some Nick Mag rep. He can use the seen but not heard. That can be one of their special attacks. You can use all the characters from the comics. Grandpa and Julie, Shark Hunters. I don't really remember a lot of other comics, but yeah.
I mean,
the little logo that's real in Nickelodeon magazine, that can be an attack.
Oh,
Everything's on the table. I think the Nickelodeon logo itself could be a fighter. The one that like the 90s one that morphs into a bunch of different shapes.
Right.
oh,
I could see that.
they gotta have Sway Sway and Badooz.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be complete.
You know who I want to see? Oh yeah, Kappa
What?
Mikey.
Okay.
feel like-
yeah.
I feel like if the creator was up to it, they definitely could get Kappa Mikey in.
I think it's funny that Doug from the hit show Doug is in the same exact situation that Sora is in like Smash. That like he might not get in because of weird complications with Disney.
Why
Yeah.
would you want Doug? I mean, I want to beat up Doug.
Come on, he could have like a rage meter, and then he turns to Quail Man.
You have to charge up the special attack to turn into Quail Man. You have to hit down B.
I think
You can stand in place.
Yeah.
I think Doug should be like the joke character, and he should just like suck.
Aw.
He'd be like, "Oh, watch me do my duck punch." I don't even know what
There
Doug
are
sounds
so
like.
many. There's so many characters that could like technically legally be in this, like Garfield and the Chipmunks.
Oh, do you think they'll
True.
have Alvin from Alvin?
I don't.
Well, let's
I
get
don't know.
Dave so he can use his scream attack.
I really, I something I really hope for is that this game has like some sort of equivalent to the assist trophies
Mm-hmm.
that could just
Yeah.
really open the door. Like I feel like that's the only way we'd get any sort of Nick Jr. characters.
Oh, they
Uh,
gotta have Mr. Krabs from like Atlantis SquarePantis when like Sandy picks him up and he starts like chopping. He's got to do like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanna level set in the Murmulair, and there's a big monitor in the Murmulair, and occasionally the chief appears to give you tips and tricks.
What if he's just like making out in the background?
Oh yeah.
Like woo! And then it just changes.
Uh-huh.
Anyway,
If
so,
it's like older clips, yeah, of him just
Yeah.
making out, that would be funny.
they
Yeah.
got they gotta have Sanjay and Craig in the game. I mean, hit characters.
What do you mean they gotta?
They gotta.
We gotta. It's not complete without him.
They're Sanjay
Yeah.
and Craig. The stuff they get into is insane.
To be fair, I think they could have I think they could have an interesting moveset. You know, I mean, this is just a world of just possibility. This is like, I feel like more things exactly like this should exist, because like the idea of Smash Brothers, like the original conceit of it, I think it's something that's just so cool. Like when you're starting out, and there's just so many, like, you could just think in so many different directions with where you could go with it, and this is sort of rejuvenating that, just because there's so many different characters you could put in, and you can like consider their move sets or like their personalities. It's just so
I'm gonna go
spectacular.
To the Knickknacks Nickelodeon YouTube channel that does like history of Nickelodeon videos. I'm just gonna start listing characters off. You know, they gotta have Kids in Motion. Got any Kids in Motion? They gotta have Adventures Little Koala in this game. I mean, you can't have a Nickelodeon game without Adventures. They can't have.
They gotta have the 3+8 guys from Garfield show.
What's 3+8? I don't know.
I just remembered what you're talking about.
Ben, you described the Garfield show once as like just rejected Freakazoid writers, and I've never been able to stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's a really good comparison. Lower than Animaniacs, lower than Freakazoid.
Oh, they gotta have Danger Mouse in this. Like,
oh yeah,
God.
Danger Mouse.
well, that'd be cool because he's like the original popular Nicktoon character.
Is he?
I think. I don't know.
Okay.
11.
I know people want like Doug Dimmadome. Because his hitbox will be insane.
Oh, he should be like the Executor Pokeball in Smash, where he just walks on the stage and his hat just covers it, and you can't get past it.
Oh yeah. I know
He could
people
be
also want
like the blooper where his like in Mario Kart, you get the blooper power up. He just giant Doug Dimmadome. I just appear. He like walks across the screen and his hat
Just a big
blocks
white bar.
blocks it.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be a good
Okay.
censor bar for any brutality.
Oh, you know, I'm sure people want to like iCarly rep like Gibby.
Oh my gosh. I wish there's probably. I wonder what it would be like to get any live action characters, because I imagine they're probably just adverse, like they don't want to do that for whatever reason, like at Nickelodeon.
Well, hold on.
JoJo Siwa was in the racing game.
Yeah. But the obvious loophole is obviously just put Henry Danger in, because he can rep both.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think the funny thing about Henry Danger is, like, what when you say Henry Danger, who are you thinking of?
The
Are you thinking
cartoon.
of Henry Danger or Kid Danger?
Actually, wait, are they different? Are those different things?
Yeah, Henry Danger is like this weird old guy that nobody, like, you don't think it. Yeah, I think you always think of like Kid Danger. Like, he's like the face of the show, but like his name isn't in the title. That's just a funny.
Why do I think of Henry Danger first then? Why? I don't know. Okay,
well, the show's called Henry Danger.
It is?
Yeah, the live action one. The cartoon is called Kid Danger.
Okay.
It's probably kind of confusing, I know. But yeah, let's have the cartoon version of him.
I love the cartoon of Kid Danger so much because it's the most just like if you had to like how do I describe what that show looks like? Like it's the closest any show's got to looking like a Go Animate show.
Yes.
It looks like I'd see footage of that in a commercial of like they're like, go to nick.com and watch the new free webtoon.
They did like a free motion comic on YouTube, and it looks better than the actual show.
I remember they had an episode about making a cartoon too, and they're like they had like here's like the bad version of it. And the bad version looks better than the
yeah. Oh god. I actually wonder if Jimmy and Timmy will be in this, because I feel like it'd be weird if they weren't, but they also weren't in the Nicktoons kart racing game for some reason. They're a bit weird with like who's like nostalgic at the point. Like, oh, you know, let's put Zim in. I feel like Zim's a bit more niche than like Jimmy Neutron and Fairly Odd Parents right now.
Yeah.
But Zim had that revival movie.
That's true.
Zim still has comics coming out.
I was gonna say, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
This new Fairly Odd Parents show. So it's weird.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of weird that they haven't shown anything at all for Fairly Odd Parents at all.
The case for this, in this fighting is like we also have like Nigel Thornberry and Oddblock, who are like more obscure character, or at least don't have much going on at the moment.
I want to say All Real Monsters probably has like the 90s advantage. So like, you know, anything 90s is nostalgic.
Yeah.
You know, like All Real Monsters maybe a little less popular. And then, you know, Nigel Thornberry's a meme character, so
Yeah.
You're right.
But also Jimmy Neutron fit that need. Put in his dad.
That is fair. I think everything about Jimmy Neutron's a meme character. Like just every character in the show, pretty much.
Yeah.
I really hope like they could get Hugh Neutron as like DLC.
That'd
or
be
something.
so funny.
Yeah.
There's no parent characters. We could have like a funny dad. We need our funny dad rep. We need to fill that void.
Yeah,
You can have Timmy's dad use the battering ram.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Carl to get revealed, and like it's like all the Nicktoon characters walking in a jungle, like like SpongeBob and Rocco, and they're looking around, and they pull the bushes aside, like the Smash Bill, and I was like, "Ah!" And they pull it aside. You see Carl, and he goes, "Yeah, when I first came to the Cretaceous era, my experience from terror."
Since it's me, I have to mention that I want to see a Victoria's Breath, but I have trouble choosing who would be a fighter.
They do the puppet, obviously, right? Because like he just like the puppet character.
Listen, I understand. I would say Robbie and Rex as a character, but like I'm not letting that homophobe get one over me. It's true. He's homophobic and a Republican.
Aww.
Robbie the puppet.
No, Rex.
Oh, Rex?
You know what? Yeah, Rex.
I don't know their names.
Rex is a puppet.
All right, let's ask. Oh, go on.
Do you think we're gonna get Squidward in this?
Uh,
They haven't shown Squidward, but I feel like it'd be weird if he wasn't. in it.
I feel like personally, maybe this is a hot take. If they did a fourth SpongeBob character, I think it'd be Plankton and he'd be riding something.
Yes. Yeah. I think that would be the logical because SpongeBob, Patrick, those need to be in there. Sandy is combat oriented. Plankton would be a fun character.
Yeah.
Because because if you have him like riding something, I'm trying to think of what you would have him ride.
Maybe like Karen.
maybe
like some sort of Karen machine.
Yeah, Karen would be good. I was thinking. My first thought was like imitation crabs. Then you could have Mr. Krabs in there.
Like in the Battle for Bikini Bottom multiplayer nobody played, where you could play as Robot Plankton.
God.
That is the most like just we needed to put a mode on the box type mode ever.
Because we promised.
It's a good idea, but like putting Robot Squidward in, but I didn't touch that multiplayer.
The only time I ever watched is I watched Pie Guy Rules and Chugga Conroy play it once, and like they straightened it went on for like 2 hours, and they were both really bored, and I felt bad.
Oh.
I just realized it could be a good rep
Ooh.
for Victoria's. Trina, Tori's older sister, because she actually she's combat ready.
I like the idea of calling characters combat ready. I think that's really funny.
I think it would also be funny like she used Rex, like a broken Rex as a weapon.
All right. I think we'd ask one important question before we move on. Who is the still Nicktoon you would want to see in the game the most?
Good
Pony.
question.
Pony, it's Pony.
Pony. Okay.
Dora the Explorer. I figured Rose was to get Kappa Mikey.
Yeah.
Todd from Wayside.
How many Nicktoons are there? I need to like look at a list of them.
I feel like Jenny's really obvious. I feel like she's almost certain to get in if she's not, she'll be DLC. So I want to say I think Snap from Todd Zone. Snap from Chalk Zone.
Right.
Todd Zone.
Snap. Oh, I like to see Snap have like that dynamic 3D 2D thing going on.
Yeah, I think Snap would be cool.
If we're talking like any Nicktoon or just like any character.
I'll just say anyone from the Nickelodeon universe, I guess.
All right. Man.
I was thinking it'd be Penguins of Madagascar, obviously.
Yeah. I know there's rights issues with some of those
licensed
shows. Yeah.
Oh, they're definitely not adding them.
I want more than one Jimmy Neutron character. Like if Jimmy gets in, good. But if any other Jimmy Neutron character would be really funny. I'll take Carl. Yeah. I'll take Sheen. I'll take Jimmy's dad. I would really like Jimmy's dad.
Yeah.
Jimmy is funny, but any other Jimmy Neutron character in a funny fighting game is really funny.
I feel like Sheen would be funny, and he'd be like kind of like how Wario represents WarioWare. He'd represent Planet Sheen. He'd be like wearing the Planet Sheen outfit.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
You know who I forgot to mention?
Yeah.
Otis.
Otis? Oh, Otis would be great too. I think Otis would be like
that's mine. Otis is mine.
Otis is trans rap.
Yeah. Let's get an Otis.
Otis would be like a heavy hitter, I think. Like he'd punch really hard. I can just picture it.
Don't forget, Otis. We can join you for an all-out attack.
He has to comment alt.
If they were really to get deep, I always feel like
what?
I know what this character's name. I feel like an idiot. I watched this show.
Tak?
No. What's his character's name? I'm gonna feel bad. Vexus from My Life as a Teenage Robot. That character.
Oh,
I think she'd be cool.
The one voiced by
Is she the evil one?
Yeah, she's the evil one.
Yeah.
Okay.
They should not add Tak. I think Tak needs to stay dead.
They can do that in the fifth entry that's focused on heroes and villains. Then they can vote Vexus in
I
there.
couldn't tell if you were talking about Tak or Vexus.
Who's the villain of Tak? I don't know. I don't know enough about Tak. I know there's a character I think voiced by Patrick Warburton. Could be wrong.
Yeah, he's not the villain, but he's there. He's like, hey.
He's like the rival brother character. I don't know their relation.
he's like an adult having a beef with a kid.
Oh my god! If they added the cat woman from Tough Puppy, people would not give a shit about Tough Puppy, but people would lose their mind about the cat lady.
Kitty Catsville, she would look gross in that art style.
She would. But...
That's the one thing about the game I'm not super into. Some of those models are a little iffy.
It's all over. Like it's like SpongeBob looks good. Then you get to like Danny Phantom, and he looks like a freak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Butch Hartman character.
The amount of people who are going to be like trying to export that Kitty Catsville model.
Oh my god.
Can't wait for like 3D Timmy Turner, and he has this huge overbite, and he looks disgusting.
And he does the Matrix thing where
oh my god.
It's the only thing I remember.
That's a good transition in Space Jam 2.
Ah!
You want to talk about Space Jam 2 now?
Oh shit, I forgot El Tigre.
Oh, El Tigre would be good too, yeah. That'd be another like perfect fit. Do we want...
Should we... I feel like how long are we going to talk about? Well, we also have Johnny Test. That's the whole reason we brought Nintendo back.
Actually, yeah, we'll say Space Jam 2 for a bit, because I think it'll be a more deeper one. I think to transition to like another Nick topic real quick. Do you want to talk about the trailer for the Loud House movie?
Oh god.
Oh, I didn't even watch it.
You did?
There's like multiple trailers for the Loud House movie.
Yeah, there was a song clip, a regular trailer, and then like one more clip.
Let's look at a clip.
Hold
on. Let me pull it up.
It looks exactly like how an episode of the show would look.
I don't care about the Loud House.
I don't either. I just feel like we had to bring it up. People would be like,
yeah.
If I see Lincoln Loud in public, I would punt him.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's kind of a kickable character, I think.
Is that going to be a tier on the tier list? Kickable characters?
Yeah.
Lincoln Loud is already his own tier on the tier list. The Lincoln Loud character, yeah.
See, turn it down! Turn it down!
What? Is it bad?
Yeah, we can all hear it.
I know, I want to share this with the world. Nobody's watched this.
Yeah, Curb, that trailer dropped while we were in New York, and I just logged onto Twitter, it was there. It's very funny, because I've watched, like, one episode of that show. It's not, like, a big-budget movie at all. Some people, like, complaining about that. It's very much a TV movie.
Yeah.
Someone was on Twitter was like, I don't like this clip of Lincoln Loud in the Lincoln Loud House movie being like, oh, I've been ignored because I'm the middle child for all my life. It's finally time for me to step out. And to that, I say, hasn't Loud House fans complain about Lincoln Loud being out of character in like every other episode? Like, I don't think people like that show. I think people only talk about it whenever there's an episode they think are bad.
I don't know anyone who watches that show. It's the problem. Like I guess like Gwen watches it like ironically, but like I guess like it's like a test for herself. But like I don't know who watches like I need to watch the new Loud House every week.
Mm-hmm. I only see it brought up like in my feed when I'm like, what are some of the best episodes that came out this year? When I do those videos, trying to source some ideas, one or two ideas, and I watch the episodes and I'm like, well, this is an episode of the Loud House. It's fine.
Oh, I mean, that's not true. When Rosa and me were at my uncle's place alone, just kind of sitting there, she turned on the TV and forced me to watch some Loud House.
Yeah, there was like a bunch of marathons going on in each channel, like a Teen Titans Go, Loud House, The Office, Family Guy.
I love The Office.
We did watch a bit of Family Guy. I just turned my head one day. Rose was on her phone watching Family Guy clips. Well, see,
true.
Did you watch the trailer? What did you think?
Well, I didn't really hear any of the audio, but it's
Yeah.
I don't know. Why do people like The Loud House? That's not like no, that's not. I just mean like what it got like it was like really popular. For
I think I don't know why it's popular with kids. Probably just I don't know, they just like it.
Yeah.
For adults, I just think it kind of struck at the right time because it looked pretty different and it was pretty cute. So it kind of just struck in the right place, I guess, at the right time. But as you know, more stuff just kind of has come out recently, like better stuff. I think a lot of adults who like it kind of moved on, but it still kind of has that fan base lingering still from early on.
Yeah. I'd say my take on The Loud House is it did hit the right time because it's like one of the few current Nick shows that really stuck around. And I also want to say that I think it kind of plays into like 2000s nostalgia.
Yeah.
Because a lot of like the I guess the wraparounds beginning and end each episode where Lincoln talks to the camera and there's a lot of rock music and Chris, I don't want to bring him up. I know he's like a touchy subject for obvious reasons, but he worked on a lot of like Johnny Test and a lot of Cartoon Network shows from that era. And yeah, it all clicked when I watched Malcolm in the Middle, and I'm like, oh, this has a lot of Loud House energy, but that show's good.
Yeah,
it's a really funny thought.
I just think
I know it. I did not associate with them at all until I realized, oh yeah, Loud House is a little like that.
It's the Loud House. Is that the theme song goes? Is that I didn't even watch the theme song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Loud House. That's how it goes.
Guy has only watched the Loud House watching Malcolm in the Middle. This really gives me Loud House vibes.
I think life would be miserable if the only piece of media you've ever watched was the Loud House.
No, you'd be like so well mannered. Like you'd have a good sense of humor. You'd love your family.
I don't think Lincoln Loud loves his family. We heard Taya the other night. What do you think Lincoln Loud said when his sister came out to him as gay? It's just a funny idea of like Lincoln just being like, "Oh wow, I support you." I don't know what the sister's name is.
You got like a 1 out of 9 chance of it being right.
And then my friend said like he'd do a speech to her, like a long speech to her, and then turn to the audience and do another long speech to them.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just check if there's like smaller things to talk about. Space Jam 2 will be the big one, and Johnny Test. Anyone want to talk about Monsters at Work real quick or anything? Did anyone else watch that?
I only watch a bit of it with you, but that's it.
I've caught up with it. I've stuck with it, and it is okay.
Yeah, I've seen every episode. I watched the most recent one today. I've seen them all. It's all right. I think my biggest problem with this show is honestly the leader of Miffed is really annoying.
The guy voiced by Henry Winkler.
Yeah, he's kind of annoying.
Well, he's not in the latest episode. He's barely in it.
I feel like this show tries to get rid of him a lot because there's that episode where
that's funny.
It's like in that most recent episode, he's on vacation the whole time, and the episode where like they're like in that kid's house and like Mike has to take care of the kid. He's not in it at all. I feel like they keep trying to make any excuse to get rid of him.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like he's like the boss character, and you want the other characters to not be under his supervision. I think that's kind of like the power dynamic they're playing into.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see he's super overbearing. I don't like the main character. I think he's really boring.
Oh yeah, same. I
don't like his design.
Oh, it's awful.
He looks like he just came out of the army.
My friend, our friend Don described him as looking like the player character you would make in a game, and then you insert him into the game. He looks like a player-made character just walking around the Monsters Inc. world. The stuff with Mike and Sully is always pretty good, though, so, that's nice.
Yeah, it's all right. But sometimes I don't think they're in enough of the show. I think it was... I understand the idea of, like, you want to bring in some new characters, make the show unique, and make it its own, because this isn't made by Pixar. Disney's handling it. It's like a Disney TV thing. I think the showrunner worked on a bunch of these other movies to TV things for Disney. But I wish Mike and Sully were in it more. I wish
they're not. They should let the gays have what they want. Give the gays what they want.
Someone. Well, I mean, Mike is straight. Mike is straight. Or maybe because he's dating. What's the
they're in a polycule, you know.
Yeah, they're in the polycule.
Yeah, you know, Mike.
That's true. It's a possibility. Sure.
Like, he goes home with Sully night some nights. He goes home with Sugar Booger some nights. No, that's what Hugh says. He goes home with
Googly Bear?
Googly Bear's Mike. He goes home with Schmootsy Poo some nights, and some nights he goes home with Googly Bear. You know.
Oh my god.
I describe the show as like I feel like they had a really really good idea with like showing how the monster world was affected by like the switching to laughter, which is like a really good idea. And then for the life of them, they could not think of any characters more interesting than Mike and Sully.
Yeah. It's weird because I love the idea of picking up right after the movie ends and showing all the world building, showing all these different parts of how Monster Inc. works and how other parts of Monstropolis works. But part of it feels like, well, they don't have a ton of money to build all these new locations.
Yeah.
So it's like we got to be stuck in the 3 new rooms for this episode.
It's definitely not like low budget, but it's still like, you know, 3D animation. We have like 3 sets.
Yes, yeah, it's low on the how many assets they can make, not low on like the actual level of the animation. Yeah, it looks good. Good looking show. I know people have been saying the lighting's been off, which I guess a little, but you can't. It's like a TV show. Yeah, it's gonna be a little different.
I think I've seen people say the animation is like awful. Like I think if you think that, you probably just went into this expecting the world. It's about what I expected from like a 3D show with a bit more budget to it.
Mm-hmm. I saw someone. Oh, it was this IGN review saying that the show is bad because I'm not crying after episode 2. Which I know that's paraphrasing, but they were complaining about it not being emotional enough. And now that we're, I guess, halfway through, I'm assuming we're like 10 episodes. I've been thinking, well, they might lead up to something. They might be building up to an arc, or they might be building up to some big emotional moments. And there's been like softer moments, like quieter stuff here and there. But yeah, right now it's full on comedy, and I hope they're building up to something. But right now I haven't really found like a standout episode.
I did. God.
Sorry, no, you go ahead.
I was just saying, I feel bad for Pixar to some extent because I feel like if they don't make a movie that's like nonstop crying moments, people like hate it. Like I feel like Pixar, like they could release a movie that's like an hour of like TV tropes, tearjerker moments, and everyone would love it.
If they're not Mickey SpongeBob sit in the sand and cry, it's shit.
If SpongeBob is not sitting in the sand crying, head tilted back, crying in an arc in a puddle, I hate it.
Yeah. I haven't seen Luca, but I think that's a similar complaint about how Pixar's reputation has caught up to them. Being like, oh, if you're not making me cry, it is not good.
It's funny because that's kind of why I liked it. I'm like, oh, you know, this is just a nice little movie. It's not trying to like, it's not like, I feel like, you know, the ending of Toy Story 3 and the intro...
Oh, here you go again, talking about how much you hate Toy Story 3.
No. I don't hate
episode.
I don't hate... It's like that chat comment once that we talk about Fire Emblem every episode for some reason. But you're doing that right now with me and Toy Story 3 because I bring it up every once in a while. I just think the ending and beginning of those movies created a reputation for Pixar that they now have to repeatedly live up to, that every one of their movies has to make people cry, and they can't do anything else. They have to make people cry or the movie doesn't work.
I think you could say the same about the beginning of Up.
Yeah,
those first 5 minutes, because everyone brings that up when talking about Pixar nowadays.
Brings that up?
It's funny though, because I feel like I liked Luca a bit more than a lot of the reasons. I'd say I like Luca a bit more than like Inside Out, and a bit more than like, I think a bit more than Soul. I don't, something's nice and simple about it that I enjoyed. Like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah, it's like very self-contained. Yeah.
It was a very intimate story. I watched like the behind the scenes thing. It was just this guy was I was raised in Italy and I wanted to base it on my. It was so that was so beautiful.
I'm excited for.
Like,
oh, go on, Rosa.
I was gonna say because like a lot of the city was just like 1 to 3 state, like 1 to 3 places.
Yeah,
like one little tower and then this little town.
Yeah, it's like only
It's
like
such a small...
only like in 3 spots, and there's like a very silly cartoon villain who doesn't get redeemed or have a backstory. He just sucks, and I think that's funny.
He's just a little Waluigi.
He's this little Waluigi character.
Yeah, I've fallen behind on a lot of Pixar's output, but I think Inside Out, I don't want to sidetrack the conversation. That does feel like, well, we need to make a really emotional movie.
Yeah.
We need to actually make it about emotions.
It's literally a movie I feel like they made to make people cry. That movie's fine, but I feel the same way about that I do like Toy Story 3. As the years goes on, I've got from like, oh, it's the best ever to like, that's pretty good.
I think I walked out of the theater being like, yeah, it was fine.
Wow.
I got a question about the...
Yeah, I was so smart back in the day. I was ahead of the curve.
What was that, Rosa?
I got a question about the blue mic.
The blue mic, Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about him?
Do you think they'll add on to the polykill if you could name all 4 Beatles?
What?
Thank God, Gary can join the Mike, Sully, and Googly Bear, no, Schmootsy Poo, Polycule.
Can you name all 4 Beatles?
Yeah, is that usually how you get in?
If you're like predictive text speech, sometimes.
I'm excited for their next Pixar, the one about the panda. I think that looks cute too.
Oh yeah, that one's really good.
Oh
Yeah.
right, what is it? Something red?
Yeah, it's like growing red.
Being red.
I'm
I'm
glad they make movies that don't look the exact same. I feel like that was a problem with them for a bit.
I really
Right.
like how that movie looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
Where
the
they
moral
make
of
another...
Oh God.
Were you making like another... Isn't there another movie coming out soon? What was it called? It was the character with the round glasses.
That's where just Are you talking about growing red or not growing? Is it
A
not growing?
different one.
I don't know about a cat though. I know about a panda.
Not a cat. A character. She also had like round glasses.
Isn't that what we're talking about?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what we're talking
No.
about.
No, another Disney movie.
I think you're making one up.
Is it one of those Pixar Spark shorts? Because I heard those are coming back.
No, hold on. Let me see.
Anyway, this discussion of Monsters at Work has really made me want to watch Luca. So thanks, Monsters at Work.
No problem.
Oh wait, one more thing about that show. The theme song is great. Whoever decided we should just do the usual Monsters Inc. thing, but a cappella, genius move.
Yeah.
It's so
Again.
smart.
Also, it was this movie.
Oh,
Right.
the
Encanto.
Encanto, the Disney movie. That's not Pixar.
I know. That's why I just said, oh, there's also another Disney movie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I remember this now. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, it looks fine. It'll probably look pretty. That's all I can really say about Disney movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty bored with like Disney. I like a lot of Disney like channel shows, like a lot of cartoons. I don't care about a lot of Disney movies now though.
Whoa.
I'm tuning in to Owl House and the Big City Greens every once in a while, having a fun
Cynic.
time.
Yeah.
Anti-Disney cynic.
My favorite thing
No
is that on
childhood.
YouTube. My favorite thing is that on YouTube they upload like new Owl House episode in like bits to avoid copyright. And like I will watch it with my brother sometimes, and like when like a clip finish, it like turns to this like sad Stitch crying.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of those. I have. Oh my god.
Yeah. And it always makes a laugh. It always make jokes like, "Oh, Stitch is crying at this moment, at this sad moment in the Owl House."
Yeah.
All right, I think
That's how I've been watching Phineas and Ferb actually.
I think
And like we will also like quote that Ian Moultrie comic or like so it's like, "I seen Stitch, Riku." Like, was he cute? He was really cute.
Ditch City in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
sand and crying.
Yeah.
I've been ruined, but I think SpongeBob sitting in the sand and crying is the funniest thing in the world now.
Next to the slime.
No.
I think SpongeBob. Here's the thing: people that might know this. I think SpongeBob crying in sand is like even funnier than the slime stuff, but it's impossible to make jokes about. Slime,
Very specific thing.
SpongeBob slime is way easier to joke about than SpongeBob sitting in sand and crying.
I think Seep's sponge cap saliva and eyeball torture or whatever the specific folder name you have that collect the sponge cap screen caps. I think that's very funny too.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
What was the turning point in that show? Not to derail before we like go on. What was the turning point in SpongeBob history? Like, What if we just did gross shit every once in a while?
Maybe it's probably I want to say the Splinter, but it was probably before that. It might have been Fungus Among Us.
Was the fungus one? Was that
Maybe.
I feel like that was like an early one. I feel like it was like
It's season
4.
5. It's 5.
Oh,
There might
okay.
be a season 4 one with like maybe a moment or two, but I think Fungus Among Us is the first one that is straight gross out. Could be wrong though.
There's a lot of SpongeBob episodes I don't like now that I still liked as a kid, but even as a kid, I hated like all those like gross episodes, like the fungus and like the toenail and like the like Splinter. I hated all those as a kid.
Scumbob episode.
There's a couple people in the chat. Since we're still vaguely talking about Disney, I want us to talk about the Ghost of Molly McGee because there was a new clip for it.
I saw that, yeah. Come on, Molly.
I like how
Gotta go to.
I like how our friend Erica said like Molly's just like a pink cure.
He's a pink cure from Pretty Cure, which he is. If you
Yeah.
saw some of those, it looks cute. No, I mean, Deanna Snyder's in a thing. I'm usually on board because I think he has a funny voice.
Yeah.
I like the voice cast and Ashley Birch. I don't know how you say her last name, but
Yeah.
Enid from OKKO.
She's like in everything.
She's in it. Yeah.
Like who's the one who voices Sadie? She's in every cartoon now too.
Kate Micucci.
Kate Micucci.
Yeah.
I had a dream. I think I had a dream about Kate Micucci. I'm trying to remember what it was now. I like she was like voicing someone in something. Oh my god. I wish I could remember which character it was. It was like a really like weird character for her to be voicing. But for some reason in my head, every time I see a character that like doesn't have a voice and I have to imagine a voice for them, I was like, okay, would Kate Micucci work for them?
Kate Micucci is gonna voice Peach in the Mario movie.
What if they had Daisy?
Daisy will be voiced by
Kristen Shaw.
No, I was gonna say she's gonna be voiced
One of
by.
the
Go on.
Christian Wiig or Christian Bell?
Okay.
No, it was the one who voices Mabel. I think that's what Seep was going for.
Kristen Shaw.
Oh, Kristen
Shaw.
Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah,
Christians.
definitely.
Yeah. It's one of those.
No, it looks fun. I like. It looks like it's got a nice art style to it. I did, Ghost Molly McGee. They look fun and funny. I don't have a ton to say because it's pretty simple from what we like. We haven't seen a ton of the show, admittedly, but it looks fun. And I'm excited to in.
I might be really into that.
Yeah. Hopefully they keep it. I think they're putting it after Amphibia, or they're dropping the episodes on the same day. So that'll be good to watch back to back. I'm glad Disney still like when they do premieres for like Disney Channel shows. I really like how they've been doing them in waves. Like they do Owl House and Amphibia, and then Amphibia and Big City Greens. That triple like over the summer, Amphibia, Big City Greens, and Owl House. I really wish I want that back. I want it back so bad. That was such a good like right after each other.
Oh yeah,
Very satisfying.
Disney's pretty good with a lot of Disney's been trying to speak. Disney's been putting out some pretty good cartoons lately. I don't care about all their movie stuff, but they got a lot of good cartoons to watch.
I'll still give them crap for what they did with the Amphibia season 2 finale. Like I don't know what happened there.
Oh yeah, it got delayed or something, right?
It got delayed. It got delayed the day of. It was like the night before
That's
it was supposed
insane.
to go up. And then it was on iTunes. Normally, I think it was like on iTunes the Sunday after, because they postponed it and they didn't give a date. But I'm pretty sure this is a one-time decision. Although they probably should have given the creators a head up before the episode was done and about to air. Yeah,
I feel like that's happened before. There's just time for like, I mean, what always comes to mind is Harvey Beaks definitely got weird with like schedule stuff. They would just throw shit out and like on Nicktoons now. That happens. I remember there was a big one. I'm trying to think there was like a big one that happened recently, like a big episode of a show got like fucked weird over with scheduling. I feel like it happens like decently often. It's always like a big episode too.
Probably did that happen with Steven Universe? I feel like that's
That's something happened. It was definitely Steven Universe. What I'm thinking of something with Steven Universe.
I remember like there was like an era of Cartoon Network where they just couldn't figure out how to air things.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the things that leaked? They had some clips from like a podcast highlights, and they showed clips from episodes that weren't supposed to air until like a month later.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I for some reason my mind tells me I feel like the episode where Lars died got leaked, but I don't think that actually happened.
That was a whole situation.
Okay.
Someone,
And again,
someone,
I feel like Lars is always dying.
yeah, someone posted leaks, and then Lars died in every episode of Steven Universe after that. So, spoilers.
I definitely remember.
But you don't know which episode.
I definitely remember
It could happen at any moment.
the OKKO Sonic episode leaking.
It's like that episode. It's like in My Chapter Monkey, where Ian Adams like dying every episode.
I haven't seen a lot of Gym Partner, but I believe that Adam could definitely die in every episode, and I wouldn't know.
I've seen
I
every
think
episode of that show.
I think that show's funny because it's the most Tom Kenny doing his Tom Kenny voice show ever.
I was gonna say that's like the base Tom Kenny voice. Like you can go in different degrees, but that's like the most Tom Kenny voice.
It's the most like, hey Adam, what's up? It's me, Jake. Let's go do some
Hey
mischief.
Tom, can you do a funny voice for a cartoon? Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
So just, hey, what's going on?
Eat a
Everyone.
wormy Joe and be somebody. That's just my Milo Murphy voice. Hey guys, what's going on?
Do you think they'll revive
Anyone-
Milo
anyone-
Murphy on Disney
Who wants
Plus?
to watch Milo Murphy season 3 on Disney Plus? Anyone want that? Hello?
Hello?
Stop rewatching Phineas and Ferb. I'm right here.
All right, then Milo, start dancing lightly.
Come on, Milo, do a Fortnite dance.
Okay,
Feel like
I'll
the
give it
dog.
my best shot. I don't know what that is.
Ooh, I
That was
thought-
like regular Weird Al.
Hamster and Gretel, we got a new.
No, do we have to talk about Hamster and Gretel?
I think there was a new image for it, right? Did someone post that here?
Yeah, there
There's
was.
Dan Povenmire posted a background on his Snap, TikTok. I don't know what platform it was, but it looks exactly like Phineas and Ferb. If you told me if you told me it was like a Milo Murphy's Law background, I'd be like, yeah, that's what it's from.
I looked up Hamster and Gretel on Google Images real quick, and one of the first ones I got was a YouTube thumbnail that said "Darkest Show Yet" with a picture of it.
Yes, I just got it. I just got it too.
Well,
Is
what
that
do you?
all the Disney cartoons we could mention?
No. Let's talk about
What?
on Disney Junior coming soon. The Chicken Squad.
Bluey 2.
Bluey 2?
Bluey.
Bluey?
Bluey. Yes, Bluey. The
That
show,
is-
the wholesome dog show.
I think in another universe, Dewey Duck was called Bluey Duck.
Probably.
Why are you saying that's literally like a joke in the show where they call him Bluey? That's not
Yeah.
anything. It's so weird
Alright,
of you
well-
to say.
I'm gonna leave.
I like Dewey's
Weirdo.
excited voice.
Yeah! Let's do it!
I was thinking the scream he does. Yeah.
You can't just talk about Disney cartoons all day, lad.
Actually, I forgot to mention it, but David Tennant is in Loud House movie.
Oh, he
my
is!
God.
Yeah, I recognized him.
Yeah, he's like the token Scottish guy because they're in Scotland.
Your family goes back generations, laddie. You're royalty. That's such
He was
a
just in the Disney
Yeah.
studio, like,
Yeah.
yeah, he was in the Disney studio, like, hey, we need a Scottish boy to come over.
I feel like that movie plot, that seems like a 40-minute special episode than a movie. Like, oh, the Loud House are royalty? Bang!
Yeah, I could see like a promo for it on Nickelodeon. Like, and they like hype it up so much. And then like Freddy saves Carly from the logo.
God, I swear I didn't watch iCarly that much as a kid, but I remember like all those ads.
Yeah, same.
I feel like every episode had some big promo. That the marketing of that show was probably so expensive.
iCarly finds Bigfoot. I mean Bigfoot.
Sam finds gold and is rich. Rosa, what is this?
What she said?
She sent a picture of the annoying orange, photoshopped with Dewey Duck's face.
What's this
I put
even-
it on the stream so people know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
let me put.
What is? Where did you make this, Rosa?
You ask too much questions, see.
Like the most basic plot possible. Spencer is sick, and Carly, Freddy, and Sammy freaked out and go on an adventure.
Could this be the end of iCarly?
Luber is in hell, and he had to go down there to retrieve his soul.
That'd be awesome, actually. I think this should be the episode where they save Lubert from hell.
Could this be the real Big Chungus?
Thankfully, he did.
Big.
Big.
I'm just trying to think like really generic plot beats, like.
Yeah. Gibby has a new wife?
And then there'd be like an out of context clip of Carly going like, "Really?"
To be honest, like Gibby would have like multiple partners.
Yeah,
That's canon,
didn't
isn't
that
it?
happen?
That's Ken. He's in an open relationship.
Yeah.
They put darkest show yet on screen.
Have you guys been watching the iCarly revival?
I
saw
have
the
not.
first 2 episodes, but then I didn't watch anymore.
I
I can't
Like-
imagine what it's like. I really can't.
The members of our nation have been woken up.
The thing is, like, out of those 2 shows that came out of nowhere, Victorious is like the more entertaining to me. Because
Love
like,
Victorious.
yeah, like iCarly, it's just people trying to be genuine, but they're not, but lying to themselves. But in Victorious, everyone just is just violent. Everyone's just fighting for survival. The parents don't even care about their kids.
You're like obsessed, like Victorious being like this hell show where everyone like wants.
It is.
I believe
Yeah,
you.
everyone wants. It's true. Everyone wants each other dead.
Friday at 7/8 Central, Gibby becomes a gamer. There's a clip of like Sam being like, "Seriously?"
Carly, Gibby, you need to stop gaming. You're gonna ruin the show.
I think about this a lot in Victorious. But
That
like,
was an iCarly episode where
yeah.
Spencer gets addicted to like Pac-Man,
Yeah,
Pac-Rat.
and then he
Oh
wins,
yeah,
and then he
Chimp
wins.
Chomp.
He wins the game and then makes
Yes,
out with
Chimp
him.
Chomp.
He makes out with his 100 wholesome, sexy girlfriend.
His sexy girlfriend gamer wife.
Spencer like fucks
Yeah, Carly really wants to do that Spencer fucks.
like a lot.
What you talking about, Johnny Test?
Wait,
Okay.
I want to say last thing about
Okay.
Victorious. I think
We have
about
one
this
last
a lot.
thing.
But the mother starts cheating on her husband and then just like abandons her kids.
You like
You-
you really love that fact.
It's a fucked up fact that they made so obvious in like the later seasons.
Spencer said himbo on new iCarly.
How
I
can
might
Spencer be
give it a look.
evil?
I never
What?
finished the old iCarly, so I don't know.
The only thing that matters in the new iColor is that Freddy has been divorced twice.
Okay,
Force him one more
I
time.
believe that.
That he deserves it.
All right,
Oh my god.
all right. Let's begin to talk about Johnny Test. So before we start talking, I'd ask how many episodes of this show each should we all watch? I've watched 2.
I watched 5.
I watched every single episode.
I believe that. Yes.
Yeah. What were you expecting?
So yeah, the baseline thoughts. It's pretty all right.
It's Johnny Test.
It is Johnny Test, but a bit better.
I mean, Nick, you're like the reason we brought you on. I mean, I think we've always said like we're not gonna bring Nintendo back until like we can talk about the Johnny Test reboot because you're like the #1 test head, right? The #1
Yes.
testicle.
The #1 testicle. That's what they call me. Yeah.
Testicle. All right, testicles.
Yeah. So I guess the official Johnny Test opinion on the Netflix reboot revival that you need to listen to is that it is pretty all right.
All right.
I know it's shocking, but I think it's yeah. I mean, they have more money. They were able to hire a composer to make a couple more cues. It's Guy Moon from every single thing Butch Hartman has ever done, but
Yes.
it's actually pretty tolerable. It's a good score, and the animation is all right. It's a little choppy sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But the actual expressions, like the storyboarding, pretty good. lot of really good. The character models definitely are a lot more better for fluid motion.
When the characters are just standing around, they look a lot better than when the characters are standing around the original show.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, I like how Johnny looks. He's more expressive
Yeah.
looking.
Oh yeah, Johnny looks way better. He's better like front facing.
Mhm.
He also had like a lot of amazing posing.
Yes, lots of good posing.
Yeah.
The one thing that I'm not super hot about is that this is basically season 7 of Johnny Test. Nothing about the actual show has changed. They reference old episodes. They pretty much like do the same takes on old episodes. Like there's takes on like modern stuff that are pretty much treated the same way. There's direct sequels to older episodes, but on Netflix it's listed as like season 1 of its own thing.
Yeah.
I guess it's because Netflix produced it. So if you're a stupid baby and you start season 1 of Johnny Test, which means that you're watching it out of order technically, you'll be confused because the first episode is Johnny's Fortnite battle royale.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, it's got like all the characters. It's not a race episode; it's a competition episode, which are basically like the race episodes.
Mhm.
Because it's got all the characters all together, and some of those
Even
characters
Gil.
do not. Yeah, even Gil. Some of those characters don't appear in any other episode, so you'll be the stupid child and be like, "Who is Brain Freezer?"
I was gonna say, I can't imagine being a kid and like just watching this show on Netflix, and you tune in the first episode, and there's like Darth Vegan character, an Iceman character, and Mr. Black and Mr. White, and the show does not explain to you who they are whatsoever,
Yeah.
and they're all doing Fortnite.
That was my biggest like question going into it, because like the trailer for it showed like all these old characters returning. It's like, okay, like are they each gonna? I imagine at least like, okay, maybe they'll each have like their like reintroduction episode, you know. But no, like literally the first episode just has them all, and the way they
Yeah.
establish is like they play Fortnite together. It's like, okay,
The thing,
I
I
guess
think
they're
at
just
that
like weird
point,
friends.
yeah, they don't really have that much beef with Johnny anymore.
Mhm.
It doesn't seem like it.
Yeah,
No,
well,
it's
it's
sort of
always
like
kind of been like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
like they sort of just have fun around there, you know. I think after they see him that day, it's like, yeah, let's just chill out.
It's a very
Fortnite.
Mario Kart kind of thing. I say that because they've
Yeah.
done an actual Mario Kart episode,
Yeah.
multiple.
The Johnny Test
think-
fun.
I think that's why they've been like starting to build a new road gallery, because like the next one was the baby episode, the boss baby episode.
Yes, the boss baby is in Johnny Test. It's a great
Yes.
character.
Yeah, like they didn't like deactivate him or anything. They just like, let's send him to like military school or whatever.
Right.
did
There's
like-
a lot of
they-
cliffhangers.
They do have like new villains, which I liked.
Mhm.
Like, like on one hand, it like sometimes it's like the Tiny Mon Go episode where they just have like Blast Ketchup reappear, and he's like vowing revenge on Johnny.
I got so
something that-
excited over
Wait,
that.
wait, was there a Pokemon Go episode in this group of episodes?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
yes.
so upset I didn't watch that one. Oh man,
It's sort of the one you watched.
was Dark
Yeah,
Lugia? Was Dark Lugia in it again?
I don't
We
think
could have
so.
been watching the Pokemon Go
No.
episode Johnny Test Honey instead of making out.
No, we make that during the Pat Mac
You're
video. It's
lost.
different.
I'll probably. I think in the video I might defend the Pokemon Go episode
Oh,
because
that's fun.
Okay.
they use it as an opportunity to make a sequel to the Pokemon episodes they did like 15 years ago, which is pretty cool because those were about Johnny getting sucked in the game. So now the game is coming into Johnny's world through the augmented
Nice.
reality app, and I'm like, okay, that's like slightly clever.
Did,
Good,
Yeah.
clever for Johnny Test.
didn't
Yeah.
the web series, like the one that like is lost out, didn't that have a planned Pokemon Go episode? Or am I like misremembering that?
Maybe. You know, they might have. I think there's a bunch of title cards that have leaked. I
Hmm.
haven't been like sharing anything from this web series because when I did on Twitter, it got officially taken down. And a
God.
lot of like, yeah, everything's just been taken down. And I know they've been trying to like take things off of some portfolios.
That's so funny
Uh,
that like this.
Yeah,
this
I know
show-
they're trying to be protective, but also I think this thing is actually lost at this point. I have no idea what the status is. Maybe I could look into that with my YouTube cred. People would definitely listen to me.
Just tell them that you are the only person on YouTube.com who's ever made a genuine Johnny Test review.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'm telling you, one of these days I'm gonna do that for the Donkey Kong Country cartoon. I'm gonna be the first person to make an actual review of it. I'm gonna make no oh god.
There's a good video by my friend. The channel is called It's Only Magic. It is kind of about watching the show ironically, but
that's part of the experience to some extent, yeah.
Yeah. It's a good video. I think that my theory is that the Lost web series and the actual Johnny Test cartoon, the new Netflix show, were greenlit independently.
Yeah.
Like Wildbrain got the rights, and those two productions started at different times. And it's confusing because when one was announced, people were like, "Oh, is the online shorts? Is that a new series? What's going on?" Because I think the first news of what would become the Netflix thing was just, we are hiring animators for Johnny Test. So no one really knew what it was. Yeah. I had some friends that were like around the studio and giving me like pointers. This was like the first time I've ever known about something before it was revealed.
Oh my God.
But not like anything that isn't out now. I don't know anything about like the actual development of this Netflix show. I'd love if there was like some behind the scenes interviews or just like something to go off of.
I know about Yokai Watch things ahead of time once. That's all I've ever gotten.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I have a question because I don't remember. I remember about as much of Johnny Test as like someone who was a kid when it came out, and it was like the only thing on TV.
Mhm.
Remember? Like I know a lot of episodes, but I don't remember a lot of like. So this is just a question about the show. Like, do they know that like the girls have like a lab? Because in like the Robot Baby episode, they like try to like, oh, let's keep it a secret. Don't tell mom and dad about it. But then they have the baby, and it's like, oh, here's like this robot baby that we just have, and they're like, oh, okay.
I think you're just being more silent about like certain experiments he did on Johnny.
Yeah, so Dookie is a secret. They try to keep Dookie a secret because their dad is against them doing like genetic experiments, but the parents know about the lab, and they go into the lab in a lot of older episodes.
Okay.
But so the baby is like not a concern because it's a robot. But yeah,
Right.
They don't really touch on that in the new series. There's some really like obscure things. Like a lot of episodes bring up Johnny's like, Dookie, I rescued you from the pound. But there's like one episode where they actually have a flashback showing it.
Yeah. I mean, this is for the real dedicated Johnny heads.
It's for the real testicles.
The real testicles.
The real testicles. Yeah. But we got to talk about drone humor in Johnny Test. They go to Amazon and fight Jeff Bezos.
Oh, fuck.
What was his name? His
Johnny
name was, like,
Space as hell.
His name was like something like Muskerberg.
It is Jorf Muskerberg.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Dude, Johnny's based as hell.
Yeah, he fights a billionaire.
I gotta say that Amazon episode's messy because they kind of talk about how Jorf Muskerberg is kind of abusive towards his workers, but it's all drones. It's all drones and Alexa parodies. So no, they're not saying that he's actually hurting people's lives and using bad labor practices. It's all robots.
Oh, wait, no, the robots will come to life and then they'll take over the world, and then Garfield will defeat him, and then they'll sing a song about how robots love to serve, and Garfield will like hit them with his tennis foot racket. It'll be really epic.
Nice specific Garfield show special.
I'm always singing about it.
Did you have an episode where what's his face? What was the guy's name that was running the company? Zucker or something?
Oh yeah, Jorf Muskerberg.
Jorf Muskerberg.
Jorf Muskerberg. Are they gonna have an episode where he goes up to space and comes back down, and he tells me he's not an astronaut because he didn't contribute anything to society?
Yeah, he and Darth Vegan fight.
Darth Vegan.
Awesome.
Feels like a very like 2010s like Star Wars joke character.
It's a Gen Xer writer character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I almost wanted to put in my script because there's a lot of Gen X jokes. Like Bling Bling Boy plays Dance Dance Revolution. That's like the hot game he likes at the arcade.
Right.
We saw Dance Dance Revolution at the arcade we went to.
Yeah.
Guy was like going at it. He like, do the thing where like they put their hands in like the back rail, like really get into it.
Right. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
We also
Anything
saw
else
Marvel
to-
vs. Capcom 2.
He did.
Yeah, repurposing the ticket machine.
I love when Star Wars jokes were like nerdy. You know,
Star-
that was always the go-to. I feel like
Yeah.
if you look at it, there's so many like Fairly Odd Parents did that so much.
I think
I'm
Fairly
watching
Oddparents
Phineas and Ferb,
had,
and it's
like, one
funny
per
seeing how
episode.
many.
I was like, Fairly Oddparents like one Star Wars joke per episode.
Yeah, I'm watching Phineas and Ferb, and it's like funny. It's funny how many jokes they have about Star Wars, but like before Disney actually owned Star Wars,
Oh yeah.
which is pretty interesting to see.
The equivalent to like
Um,
Star Wars joke nerd humor is like when someone has to make an anime reference and it's either Akira Bike or Sailor Moon.
I didn't even think about in when Candace Against the Universe came out, and they're doing Space Adventure, and that's like their Star Wars Star Trek parody, and that's like post writing episodes after Disney owns Star Wars.
Ooh.
Right.
I wonder if they like had to clear that, like, oh, you're not making fun of Star Wars here.
Or maybe they said, no, please just use Star Wars. Well, you can use Star Wars, it's fine.
Buzzy's like, I love Star Wars.
Yeah.
No one in chat said like the only anime that exists. I'll give credit. I think cartoons been a lot better about knowing anime besides Sailor Moon exists.
Yeah, Craig of the Creek does a lot of good anime stuff. They have they you know what? Craig of the Creek, I give them a lot of credit. They have they have trans characters, they have gay characters, but they also represent the neglected Sonic fan. They're very well represented in that show. I felt seen from a lot of those episodes.
There's like a Toho reference in that. That's like insane to me. There's a Toho joke in Craig of the Creek.
I think it's a little insulting that they mix it in with like a Boku no Hero reference. That's like saying that.
Are we like the crusty adults who like would watch like Fairly Odd Parents and be like, oh, like Star Wars reference? No!
Yeah.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We're like so
I won't-
stupid.
I won't
Like,
deny- I
it's
won't
like
deny it.
4-year-olds right now.
Every time I think about Sonic
It's
and
like,
Craig,
dude,
I'm like,
look, that's like that's like a Toho reference. You know Toho? It's like,
Every-
shut up. It's not a baby show.
every
reference to gay media.
Every time I think about like Sonic and Craig of the Creek, I think like that Twitter discourse about the only reason people like Craig of the Creek is because of references to Sonic. And
That's
it's
so stupid.
and it's-
There's like maybe like I can still count on my hands the number of times they make Sonic references in that show, and there's like 100 episodes.
it's such like a I don't actually talk to anyone who watches this, so I'm just gonna assume like
Yeah.
like imagine like walking up to like a 12-year-old like you know like this is Sonic's in it, idiot. Pause.
We're
People
gonna start something today.
are asking about the Craig of the Creek thing. I'll put it on. Let me get an image. It's I forget the character's name from Toho because I'm usually like a casual fan. It's like the
It was Raymond. Raymond walked on screen. Hey, Craig of the Creek.
Yeah.
How's it going?
not happen. Like I played the game this character's in. It's the one with like the blaster arm and like the wings, and she's like just crazy and just shit.
It's like the one with the hoagie in
Yeah.
the Craig of the Creek,
Yeah.
right?
My
Yeah.
Hoki Academia.
Oh, right.
Not gonna lie.
I like the joke One Piece. I thought that was a
Two
cute.
piece.
Oh, it's 2 Piece. Was it 2 Piece? Yeah, it was 2 Piece. Yeah, there she is. Fun fact with these characters on screen right now, the one holding the figure, apparently like those like nerd characters from that show come from like a short the creator did like on years ago, and they just put them in Craig of the Creek.
That's right. It's oh shoot, I forget the name, but it's a very anime.
Yeah.
Very very long name. Those are some decent webtoons. They're not like popular. That's
Yeah.
like one thing where it's like, oh, just the creator did this, and now it's in the show. Like kind of like, well, I guess RPG World.
Yeah,
Corey's
say.
webcomic. That was, I know that had like a little bit of popularity in certain circles.
When I make my hit cartoon show, I'll put who's the iconic rated Startcast character to put everyone chat, what character do you want to see?
I don't know if
Well,
you could
just-
put Arlo in a cartoon. Man, are we ever gonna get to that point where like people making cartoons, where people will watch like YouTubers as kids? That's gonna happen.
Probably.
They'll be
Because,
like,
We're like 10 years off from it.
We're gonna start getting
Yeah.
like Chugga
Right.
Conroy references in like cartoons. Like someone's
Rosa.
like, Steve.
Huh? Wait, Rosa. Wait, what? Characters in
Rosa?
Cricket the Creek?
What?
No, characters from our show.
We already got
Oh.
Tobuscus in with Annoying Orange, so
Oh my
we're
God.
getting there.
And there's
Well, that was more like
there's little E-boy and Wreck-It
executives
Ralph.
cashing in on- The E-boy. Oh yeah, voiced by Minecraft.
Oh man, 10 years from now, Dream is gonna be in everything.
Oh my
You're
god.
gonna be watching like the Steven Universe reboot, and then Steve like, bro, look at my normal pills.
That's gonna be really funny. Like washed up Minecraft YouTubers who are like in their 40s, like, yeah, I remember the Star Life. You know, it was like documentaries of like how they used to like go on Minecraft tours.
I
It's
think
gonna happen.
I think we're like 5 years off from like Germa being everything, like references.
Okay.
I think we're gonna see a lot
I'd be
of
fine
Germa.
with that.
Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of like rats and like just shit like that just appear out of nowhere.
Mhm.
That'd be pretty fun. Cause I like Germa. So
It's
that's
okay. It's okay when I like it.
Do you guys want to move on to another topic?
Yeah, I just want to say before
No. We shouldn't. We should just talk about this for 4 hours.
Before you talk about making them an Arlo cartoon, they're not going to make an Arlo cartoon. Arlo is going to be in our movie, our Space Jam movie, where he recruits us for his basketball team. And we go to all the cartoon review dimensions. And we go to, like, the Tuner Vic Tyreek and Pie Guy Rules world, and that's where we meet all our friends. And then they're in the audience later. That's going to be the movie, and Arlo's going to be a puppet, we'll all be 2D animated.
Right. Until it's time for us to upgrade.
Yeah, back time. You said that, like, I guess we just go to Space Jam 2 now. Alright, let's talk about Space Jam 2.
Wait. You gotta say the line. Say the line. What's it gonna be?
Yeah, back time, a little upgrade.
Well, it's gonna be a real what?
Space Jam 2.
Hey, been waiting a year to hear that.
Yeah. So Space Jam 2 came out. I think safe to say it met all of our expectations. I mean, so many
I
great
was in it.
characters showed up.
I was in.
Yeah,
Space Jam
Nintendo
2.
was in
Yeah,
it.
it's true.
Slimer was in it.
Yeah.
Who else we got Dobby.
Characters who weren't owned by Warner Brothers were in it. Because Ryan did
Yeah.
research ahead of time what they owned.
She just remembered who was in Lego Dimensions.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Just the Lego Dimension roster.
Yeah. It's okay.
I love
Okay.
Sonic, my favorite Warner Brothers property.
Was Sonic in that video?
Yeah.
I can't even remember at this point.
He was in Lego Dimensions, yes.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, so we rapping now. We rapping?
We're rapping.
So we rapping? Notorious P.I.G.
I think that's the worst line.
I like
really
that
don't like
I
that line.
slammed my penis on the car door.
Yes.
I slammed my penis
did-
on the car door.
I didn't want to say it, but I keep thinking about that meme.
That was my
So
first
funny.
thought. I guess as we just get to Space Jam 2, what is your just simple, quick thoughts on it? Like, go.
Gravity Falls, go.
Well, we've talked about it a few times. Well, I'm like the person on the show.
Yeah,
I'm like the one who likes everything.
you are.
know?
It's true. Every time we talk to you, you're like,
I've never
I
s-
liked it.
Yeah, I don't think I've rarely ever said that I don't like something.
You said you didn't like Super
I'm
Y.
That was a little uncalled for. I was stepping out of my line a bit there. But one thing that I don't know why I don't like Space Jam all that much.
I don't either.
I don't know why. It's like, I guess it's just something I don't really respect. I don't really like. I think part of it is like it's become like such a big nostalgic thing, and I feel like sometimes, I don't know. I don't want to say it like gets more credit than it deserves because people call it like a trashy movie all the time.
I feel like I've seen more than one person. Maybe a few too many people act like the original was actually good. It's like, well, maybe you should watch it through like a grown-up lens.
And like the thing I don't like about it is like it very much, the Looney Tunes are more like a utility to the movie. They're like
Yeah.
more for like, oh, it's like the Looney Tunes, they're iconic. We can like market this movie. Like, it was literally based on like a TV commercial, the whole movie, this whole franchise now, I could say. Yeah, and I feel like Space Jam: A New Legacy. I was kind of,
Like
I
the
was like
same.
weirdly like I was weirdly disappointed how it like wasn't much better. Maybe it was even like worse. In that regard.
Every time like it wasn't about just the Looney Tunes. And to be frank, there's not a lot of just like Looney Tunes antics in this movie. I almost see less than the
Yeah.
first one, I'd say. Not a lot, just like Looney Tunes
Yeah,
funny stuff. Every time there
Though
was like Looney Tunes stuff, I was like, I'm kind of bored.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
To be honest, I think like the Looney Tunes stuff here, it's a bit more stronger than the one in the previous, despite how little there is.
Yeah, when they do Looney Tunes stuff, it's better than the first one. There's just less of it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I will say that there was a lot of things in this movie that I did like. Like I think starting out when they first started showing the Looney Tunes stuff and like it establishes like the cartoon world.
Yeah.
I thought a lot of that stuff was pretty fun.
I'm
guess
hunting
we could
rabbit.
yeah, like the Big Chungus cameo, I'd say it was actually like really good.
I was gonna
I
say,
actually really liked it.
for all this movie's faults, it somehow had a good Big Chungus moment.
Well, you knew you had to get that one right.
I think it's because they use it. I mean, I know the only reason he's in the movie is because I say he like he's a separate entity. The only reason the only reason they reference Big Chungus is like because it's a meme. But the way they use it is more of like in reference to the original short.
Yeah.
And I thought that's like a really fun like I like when it references Looney Tunes things that go beyond just like the catchphrases everyone knows. Because really for the most part, a lot of times they just have the Looney Tunes to say like, "Oh, Thuffer and Thuckatash," and like all the things you know about them.
I'd say
They're like iconic.
I'd say full on. I don't think this is a movie for like Looney Tunes fans at all. Like,
Yeah, not really. I don't think there's like a ton.
Here's my hot take. If this wasn't a sequel to Space Jam, they would have put any other character there. It would have been it would have been the same movie, like where they go to all the like universes. The only reason the Looney Tunes are there is 'cause they had to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think about Nintendo? Is it your favorite movie of the year?
I've seen like I've not seen any other movies, so yeah, it is my favorite movie of the year.
Oh, good.
I gotta say, not a very good movie on a technical level. It's really hard to talk about because you're trying to follow up Space Jam, and Space Jam isn't a good movie, but it's a really memey movie. It's kind of ingrained in meme culture. There's so many mashups that I think are really. That was like how I was introduced to it before I even saw the thing. But I think as a Space Jam sequel, it definitely succeeds. As a movie, not that great. But
I mean, this is exactly the sequel Space Jam deserved.
Yeah, it's the sequel it deserved. But like as a experience for like spectacle, and not as like an actual movie. It was great. It was such a good thing to see in theaters with like a small crowd, a solid group of friends.
I'll say 100%. This is a movie you see with other people and laugh about it.
Definitely. Do not see this alone. You will feel sad about how lonely you are and how you don't have a son like LeBron James.
Yeah.
I think that's why I watched it alone. I did.
Yeah,
and I was there's a part where I just started getting lightheaded and tired, but not because of the movie. I don't think I just started like around when like Porky Pig started rapping. Like, my head doesn't feel good.
What happened, Porky Pig?
Yeah.
Me and Rosa, we watched this with like a fairly big group, so we like screamed and laughed and like clapped, like Rick and Morty, yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
The Rick and Morty part was like really weird.
They're
like got cast off, and then like Rick is like, he stole this money's mine. We hate this dumb communist for trying to unionize. Get him away from us. And it's just real late.
It's very funny. They're like the only like. You could like joke that they're one of the better cameos because like every other cameo is just reused footage of Looney Tunes like glued in. The Rick and Morty joke is like a new joke at least.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It felt weird not hearing them swear.
No,
yeah.
but I think it's just right that he would call Taz a communist.
That's
there was
fair.
There was a swear word in this movie. They like censored it. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was like Porky was like son
no, the Don Cheadle guy. He just like he was yelling. And mad at the Goon Squad, and then they like censored his mouth for some reason. I was like, why did they do that?
Mhm.
This was so weird. Did Don Cheadle just like swear on set and like, what do we do about this?
We can't tell him no. He's Don Cheadle.
I
He just got
Yeah.
nominated
That
for an
was his-
Emmy for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I feel
Yeah,
like
he also was like he was also Don Cheadle word of the day.
this movie both had like very few drafts and got changed in development because on all the merch and all the advertising for this movie, Marvin was all over it. Like there's tons of toys of him and like on the Toon Squad. He's like on all like the figure lines, and he's in this movie for like a minute. It's like not even a
Yeah,
joke.
he put him up.
He's in it for a minute. And then there's weird stuff like Lola Bunny's weird like when LeBron James goes, "We need to save my son." She like turns around and goes like, "Your son?" Like there's like something that happened in her past involving a child, and it's never
It was probably from the Kojima draft.
it's never elaborated on why Lola Bunny has such a reaction to your son.
This was one of my main takeaways from the movie.
Lola Bunny's son.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree
Lola-
with the. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Lola's Bunny's son from the Kojima draft.
Yeah. What are you saying, Nick?
I was gonna say, so I agree with the general consensus that the best parts of the movie are the game, where they actually play the game, and the little montage of all the Looney Tunes and all the movies. I know that it's corporate synergy, but that's kind of what a lot of classic Looney Tunes was, putting these characters in other situations, and there was a lot of pop culture references, a lot of parodies, and that's kind of been a through line through the whole franchise.
Is it weird to say I wish the movie was more shameless? I feel
Yeah,
like- I feel like
if they had more jokes about Bugs Bunny being like, "Oh, sorry, LeBron, we gotta move on to this subplot. It's cheap. Animation's pretty expensive, Doc." And yeah, I think it would have been a little bit better because it feels like self-aware, but not on the movie's part.
Yeah, I mean, like I wish there was just more scenes where there's like, "Oh, look, Doc, when the fucking Gremlins world. That's the Gremlins, Doc," and it's just like it adds nothing to the movie, but they like have a Gremlin scene because it was on the list.
Yeah. I mean, I think the montage, they had like a montage where they just put them in old movies. I thought that was like cute, but at the same time, that's like the only sort of stuff you get. Aside from like where they go to, there's one where they go to like the Superman animated cartoon.
That's like
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
that one's really.
And the Wonder Woman comic, which was cool.
Yes, I rewatched the Austin Powers movies with my friends, and it has become the only thing we ever talk about because those movies are so stupid, but they're so memorable. So when they introduced the Austin Powers scene, which is the funniest transition in the whole movie. Yeah, LeBron's like, "We need some real players," and Bugs is like, "Oh, you want a player?" And then just all of a sudden, Austin Powers cut to a random clip from like the trailer where Austin Powers is like, "Yeah, baby!"
Yeah.
And they play the theme, and I got so excited. I know it's such a short scene, but oh my god, one of my favorite parts of the movie.
I think it's sort of like ingrained in my mind because of like Sylvester.
fucking shaved Sylvester.
Yeah, shave Sylvester.
That scene, Sylvester. There's stuff here just seems like we need to find a way to get these characters in the plot. Just
Yeah,
Foghorn
Yeah, it
Leghorns
was
in the
so
Dragon
shameless.
Worlds.
I only like it because it's a brand I recognize. But I wish the Austin Powers scene was way longer. I wanted Bugs to dress up as Austin Powers, and LeBron would be the token love interest.
Yeah, Doc.
And do I make you horny, Doc?
I like how, like, what's his name? Elmer Fudd is like, "Sylvester, what you're doing here?" And like, Sylvester's like, "I'm the world's greatest detective, don't you know?"
Why were like Speedy and Grandma together? What was that
Yeah.
story like?
I don't really understand. So are these characters replacing other characters in their movies, or are they just coexisting? Because like in Superman, they're coexisting, but in the Matrix, Grandma is Neo. And that comes up later. There's a payoff to the Matrix scene, which is really funny. I love how they gave her epic granny moments.
Yes.
That was pretty much her only character trait. I feel
Yeah.
like they didn't know anything about. It feels like they didn't know what else to do with Granny. So just make her like an epic grandma character.
I love
think
this chat message. It says subspace emissary pairings.
Has someone done transitions like the Subspace Emissary, where it's like the select player?
That'd be really good.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
yeah.
I
the
think
epic
it was
granny
just
moments. I think they were actually better in the movie than they were in the trailer.
Really?
Yes, I know, controversial opinion on the epic Granny moments. I don't I don't really know how you make Granny interesting. It is hard to make her like interesting when you got all these crazy zany characters doing wacky things around her. You gotta make her interesting somehow. But I do think the first movie might have handled a little bit better, where she was just like, she's like, I'm the cheerleader, which is not a funny joke, but it fits her character.
I like. I've talked about my fascination with the character of Gossamer a bit recently. I feel like they put Gossamer in everything now. Well, even though he's like only like in 4 short, there's someone at Warner Bros has like an obsession with Gossamer because he's in this movie, but they don't show you how they get him like every other character. He just shows up and he's just kind of there the whole time.
He's the quicker picker upper.
He's a good design.
I literally just think they put him everything because he has such a fun design.
Such a cool design. I don't know if he's supposed to be creepy or menacing after watching the Looney Tunes show.
Hey, Mr. Bunny.
He's voiced by Darwin's first voice actor for Gumball.
Right.
Wow.
I will say, I have this written down here. CGI Gossamer is disgusting. I just wrote that down.
There's a few.
I remember when they all came out in CGI. I saw him and I was like, oh, like he has like a weird. I don't know. He looks weird. He always has like a mouth visible. He just looks weird.
The CGI characters in this like are all over the place. Like some of them look pretty good, and then some of them just like Gossamer and like Yosemite Sam do not look very good.
Lola, gross.
Yeah, Lola looks gross
face
too.
Of Lola, gross.
Yeah. Her eyes. It's the eyes and everything.
Well, I feel like them being in CG really like it makes you notice that like Porky Pig and Elmer Fudd have the same exact head.
Yeah.
They sort of just went with like whatchamacallit, generic CGI. I don't know, like they just obscured the details and everything instead of like stylizing them.
I'm glad they went in the vein of those real FX shorts, the ones they did like a decade ago, where they like reanimated old Looney Tunes shorts.
Yeah. I will say like the thing with Looney Tunes and CGI, I don't think it's happened a lot. Like those shorts from like 10 years ago are the only things I can think of. And like the Wile E. Coyote things.
Yeah. Oh, my favorite.
Yeah,
parts.
but like
Looney Tunes.
In like video games too, but like that's kind of like out of necessity. I'm just like talking like stylistically, like purposefully making them CGI. I feel like that happened a lot more. They're like more eager to do that with Mickey Mouse, than the Looney Tunes. So for a lot of characters, it's like this feels really weird seeing them in CGI.
I feel like to some extent I've been spoiled by like more stylized films coming out because I was kind of like, well, maybe you could have pushed like the stylization a bit further because sometimes I wouldn't say they're super stylized as much as they're on model. Like they look how I expect them to look is how I put it. Not like I don't think they do anything super interesting with them in 3D personally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the split of 2D to 3D was better than like Sponge Out of Water.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I like how much 2D is in Sponge Out of Water, but I think that Space Jam 2 picks up a little bit, like comedically, not like design wise. Just because the game is a little more interesting.
My favorite part about the game isn't even the game; it's looking at the background and watch all the cartoon characters do like their NPC animations.
Jabberjaw,
yes, I love that.
I
love watching Judy Jetson like just jump up in the air with her mocap animations.
I love Barney swinging his arms around every once in a while.
Yes, that was so good. And then Pennywise just laughing in the background, doing like extra character
they're
stuff.
They're all moving like nostalgia critic bits.
Yeah, it's like watching like a background in the fighting game.
Yeah,
it's very funny because how do I put this? There's no cartoon characters besides Rick and Morty past like the 70s in this. Like not even like the Powerpuff Girls, like which I thought was like. There's nobody like important or nostalgic enough like cartoon world to, like put in this past. They have like Magilla Gorilla in this.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we have the. I guess
the Nerdlux.
The Animaniacs is like the 90s.
I guess so. Yeah.
And the Nerdlux. That was so funny. They just like reused the old animation.
Yeah,
it's so lame. I hate. Oh God.
I hate the movie. They recycled the Nerd Lux animation. It's so lazy.
I'm not like mad at the animators or anything, but it's such a lame cameo. Like, just grab the cells we have and just put them on the screen.
I feel like the reason they go CGI, because in this movie, compared to like the first Space Jam,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of like 2D and live action.
Oh no.
It's always either solely 2D, or like the CGI stuff. And I feel like that was probably mostly because that's just too hard to do. Like more people are experienced compositing CGI
Yeah.
onto live action than they are 2D animation. So I feel like that's probably why they went with this CGI. Yeah, you know, I don't know. I kind of like that Roger Rabbit kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I know it's hard to do, but
I won't lie. So I was criticizing the 3D. I don't think it's bad at all. Like it's good. Like it looks good. Most of the models look good. They animate well. But I will not lie. I definitely have a bias towards. I think 2D characters interacting with live action characters is a bit cooler than like the CG ones doing that.
I think LeBron ended up being a better actor than Michael Jordan, and it's partially because he didn't have to do as much acting in terms of because the 2D animation could pick up the slack because that can be more expressive. He just has to voice act. He doesn't have to physically be there. Some of the funniest, unintentionally funniest bits are just how deadpan Michael Jordan is. And I know he's trying to be the Space Jam. I know he's trying to be the straight man, not the Space Jam. But he's always like, "What's going on here? All right,
Bugs.
Time to run some drills."
I think the major difference
You're a cartoon.
between
You're not
Jordan.
real.
You're not real.
I think the major difference between like Michael Jordan's character and LeBron's character is like Michael Jordan's like fuck them kids, while LeBron's like I'm here to save the kids.
I love his so he's like, ah!
I think they made LeBron kind of a jerk to set the conflict.
Yeah.
Like he's like a decent relationship with his son. But yeah, they made him kind of a jerk. It's like LeBron, just have fun.
I can't stop thinking when he's yelled at. He's just like, ah!
It's all because of like
LeBron. That's like how he screams. He goes like, ah!
It's all because like LeBron couldn't play Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle when he was a kid.
I fucking love that Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle.
That's the inciting incident.
Oh my God! It's Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, what's up, guy?
Can I just say, I love that E3 is like a plot point in this movie, and E3 might be dead like in 2 years.
That's a good point.
Time is here.
Oh,
Time for games and hula hoops. I forgot the lyrics.
I think there should be a scene, in like the next like Nintendo E3 Direct where Doug Bowser's looking at the screen talking to us, and then Bugs taps and just like, yeah, Doc, why don't you let me introduce the next game?
They'll be like the Muppets, but for E3.
And they're like, yeah, Doc, here's Shin Megami Tensei.
You have like a hologram of him show up.
I look at The Simpsons for like Matt Groening meets Homer.
Yeah.
He's like, hi, Homer.
Homer,
Porky Pig will introduce the new Elite Beat agents, and it'll be a playable character.
I love that Homer live action thing where Matt Groening's like, hey, Homer, how's it going? We're at Comic-Con, Homer.
5-second pause.
Weren't they sued for using that technology?
Were they?
What?
The Homer Comic-Con? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they weren't allowed to use some of that technology to make Homer real at Comic-Con.
Come on, at Comic-Con, like they're not like making money off of that. It's just Comic-Con. They're just doing a panel there. Come on.
Not a very popular news story.
Nerd alert.
Yeah, there's one other thing that happened in this movie, like plot-wise.
You should call me a Poindexter like they do on The Simpsons.
Yes, all the time.
Two things about this movie real quick. One, I think they really missed all the shots where the Looney Tunes get really close up to the camera on this movie. They forgot to put those in the movie. They really messed up on that. There was something where Daffy got right with the camera and spit all over it. Two, there's a weird thing. I feel like they were trying to like give Bugs motivation in this movie. And he's like, well, like a family, Doc. I gotta find my family. Which I don't
like
didn't really go anywhere.
It doesn't go like anywhere.
Like some like it felt like the kind of thing where they'd be like setting, because okay, LeBron's like, we got to get some basketball players, and the whole time Bugs is just like, oh yeah, let's. I know some good basketball players, but he's just finding his friends, and it feels like setup for like a scene where it's like LeBron like gets mad at him, and they have like this big falling out or something, but that never really happens.
I was thinking some sort of scene where like Bugs like just like confesses he missed his friends and that they were like important to him, and it never comes.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite clear that he was trying to hide the fact that he wanted to just get his friends. Because that never came up as like a point of conflict.
Same thing as that Lola Bunny son moment.
Definitely feels like there were a lot of things that were cut out of later drafts.
Yeah.
But overall,
That
I would
was
say
like-
this is the best Space Jam movie they have made.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
I
we
want to
don't-
say it
There
was.
you go.
I want to say that bit was probably cut from like the Vin Diesel script.
Now, hold
Good
on,
point.
Nick. You're gonna change your mind when the Ready to Start Cast Arlo basketball movie comes out.
I'm excited. Yeah, if you go to all the different cartoon community planets, then maybe I'll make a cameo. I'll be the Rick and Morty.
Of course.
Oh wait, I thought of it. I had a terrible thought.
Oh no.
Which is, are little kids gonna see Taz and be like, oh, "It's my favorite Rick and Morty character"?
Unfortunately.
I hope that happens. I really do. I hope that happens.
I had something to say. I already forgot it. I was gonna say, "Oh my god! Oh my god!"
Oh, Don Cheadle owned this. He really did a very good job. He was extremely invested in everything and overacted the heck out of this movie. Don't want to swear.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be like Don Cheadle. Wait, did I say Ron or Don Cheadle? Don Cheadle. He was great. Don Cheadle as Al G Rhythm.
Don Cheadle
I did like him.
knew exactly what movie he was in.
Yeah.
I love how he also gave us like words of the day.
He hashtag understood the assignment.
I wish Tom and Jerry were in this movie and they ran on the court. Really disappointed by that.
Yeah. Why didn't we have a scene where Tom and Jerry ran on the court? Come on.
I was so upset that they weren't more shameless. Like the Goon Squad gets like knocked out and then Pennywise starts playing basketball.
Yeah. I mean, when this movie first they leaked like a while ago, there was like leaks of like, oh, like the Wicked Witch and like the Mask and like Pennywise are gonna be in this movie, and I was like, oh my god, I can't like wait to see like the trailer for this. But they're all just really just
Hagrid should have played basketball. We
yeah,
need
I
to make
know.
the meme real.
But where's the
It's
scene where
also-
Scoopy comes on? It's like da 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 da.
Yeah. Yeah, this really is a first draft. That's a good way of putting it, like a first draft kind of movie.
It feels
ano-
both underwritten and overwritten.
Another thing I was thinking about when I was watching it was like when they first start playing the basketball game, like they're all like they're kind of like getting like, you know, they're getting beat pretty bad out there at first, because that's how you set it up, right? Like you can't have them be good right out the gate. But I was just kind of thinking like, I feel like there was no real reason for them to not just be good from the start. I feel like they kind of tried to establish a thing where like LeBron was like too strict on them.
Yeah,
But I feel like they didn't really listen to him that much.
I was gonna say, like, I feels like they really had to like force some sort of way for like there to be like conflict. Like, the Looney Tunes will arbitrarily just listen to LeBron, and then they'll change their mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
it's a movie.
who's that?
Yeah.
Who's that like cat Looney Tune? She was like on all the advertising too, and she's not in the movie either.
What the? What's her
I think it was
name?
Honey or Penelope or something like
Yeah,
that.
Penelope. She was like on all the advertisements too, like for like promotional
Really?
stuff. But she's not actually in the movie either.
Pepe got cut out.
I hope they include the deleted scene where, I'm sorry, alleged deleted scene where LeBron teaches Pepe Le Pew about consent in the Casablanca world on the Blu-ray. Which, if it fits into the montage, then I can see it working. When I first heard of it, I thought, is this a full scene devoted to this idea?
I wish
But
it
if
was.
If it's just like a quick thing in the montage, then all right.
I
mean, it's very Space Jammy, you know. If
I-
it's the Space Jam brand.
I like this idea in my mind of a full scene where like LeBron's like, "Hey, Pepe, I'm pulling you to the side for a second. Guys, stop the movie!" And they just sit down in a chair and like puts his hands together, like, "We need to talk."
Kids. Yeah.
It's
Um,
like just 5 minutes of that.
Someone brought up Lego Batman movie, and that is like something along that line. Like that had like a lot of like crossover, like IP stuff in it that didn't completely overtake the whole movie. But I feel like I was expecting something like that. Like you
Yeah.
have like the big eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings that has like some like I don't know, is in like Gotham, and then like Voldemort's flying around. Like just like little stuff like that, where they didn't take over the story or anything.
Lego
But it felt like you got
Batman.
some new stuff with them.
Lego Batman did pretty much everything Space Jam 2 did, but better. It's like
Yeah.
crossover IP stuff. I will say,
guess so.
speaking of Lego, I feel bad because I love the Lego movie, but it totally was like the domino that launched off a lot of stuff we're seeing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. At least they did it good. I think they did it pretty good.
Oh yeah, no, I think
that's
Lego
still a
movie did
good
great.
movie. I
Yeah.
watched
Yeah.
it recently again.
I love it. I
That's
still love
actually
it.
good. Those
I
are good
think I'll
movies.
rewatch the Lego Batman movie tonight.
Man, I'm so upset. Why didn't we get the scene where like they have all the Batmans like, all right, Batman, you're up, and then Lego Batman tries to go, and then he gets tossed on the ball in slow motion.
There was no scene where Rick becomes Pickle Rick and he gets on the ball to make a dunk. Oh my god, they missed out. Mega Jerry, where was Mega Jerry?
I'm sorry I screamed. I'm just remembering that. It would have been
What
so
was-
funny.
Where was the scene
I don't
where
even know-
Finn made a slam dunk with Slam-a-cow?
Yeah. It's like Jake turned into the ball and the Goon Squad gets him, and then they're about to do slam dunk, and then Jake shapeshifts. He's like,
Where's
God.
the
At least
scene
you-
where Clarence walks in the
Don't worry.
corners and see my watch me dunk?
We're
Alright.
gonna have like it's gonna happen in the Nickelodeon Space Jam.
Yeah, we're gonna get the Viacom Space Jam in the Viacom verse. Who would be in the Viacom Space? We can't have that conversation. We already had this Nicktoons. brawl.
Wait,
Yeah.
We're
wait.
not gonna do
We're
it.
double dipping.
Where's the scene?
We can't.
Where's the scene where like Bugs says, "Yeah, Doc, what time is it?" And LeBron's like, "Oh, it's 12:01, Bugs." And he's like, "Yeah, check this out." And he gives a snack to the gremlin, and they tear up the basketball court.
Yeah. Oh.
Where's the
Man.
scene where Pops turns to Yang for Ruby and goes, "Yang, pass me the ball."
I think you guys are all disappointed by Space Jam 2 because you set up high expectations with your own version that the movie could simply not live up to.
I think it could have. They weren't afraid.
I could have. I think the thing is, it could have. They could have done this. They could have done this. So many movies have done this. They could have had like the Disney princess scene. Like Wreck-It Ralph did all that stuff.
You know what?
Oh
I think
my
I enjoy
God.
Space Jam 2 more than Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh,
breaks the
probably.
internet.
Oh, no, for sure.
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
it's a
okay.
worse movie, but I enjoy Space Jam. New
Oh,
Legacy
no,
more.
totally.
That's fair. That's fair. I yeah.
Where's the scene
Come
where
on, they could have give Scooby one line.
Yeah, God!
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Nice dunk.
Whoa. He
There's,
should have been up there. He should have been one of the announcers.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, they should have had the announcers be Warner Brothers characters. I don't
Yeah,
know who the
instead-
announcers were. They were fine, but they should have been like.
Why-
characters. That would have been
It was
funnier.
like a sports guy and like a comedy actor.
Why the hell was it not Space Ghost?
They
Oh my
should have had, like,
god!
God.
Oh,
You
that's
could-
such a
you
good
could've-
idea.
You could have had like a Nicktoons MLB thing where it's like Perch Perkins and Gurr, where like you have like one straight man and then one like crazy wacky cartoon.
I love that
That would've
game
been-
because they record like 5 lines each of them and they just like repeat them and like a different like goes like "Wee-hoo! Ah-hoo-hoo!" and Perch's like, "All right, girl, put the mic down."
I didn't know about that
Silly, silly girl.
interaction. That's funny.
Yeah, it's Nicktoons MLB.
The game where everyone looks like a mascot character.
Yeah,
And Fanboy and Chum Chum are there.
I want to.
I
I
haven't
want to talk
played
about.
it yet.
I want to talk about Lola a little bit.
Okay.
Because they did. This is something I was thinking about. They made some changes. They announced this like ahead of time. Like we made some changes to Lola. We've made her a more well-rounded, strong character, and I feel like I knew instantly, like the sort of direction they took her in.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like Lola Bunny, just in
No,
general. Well,
No,
not in
me
general,
too.
but
No,
like,
me too. I hate Lola Bunny in every version except like Looney Tunes show, and like I think
Yeah.
I think she's pretty good in Wabbit from what I've heard for like the 3 episodes she's in, but like
yeah,
that's
I've
it.
seen that. I like because okay, in like the Looney Tunes show and like New Looney Tunes and like Rabbit Run and all that stuff, they like try to make her like a funny character that actually has like it's some sort of integration with the other Looney Tunes. But as she's written in the first Space Jam, she's very much like a stock like girl character of that era. And so like she doesn't the only staying power she really had was that she was a girl version of Bugs Bunny, and that's like great for like merchandise.
And she's
But, like,
sexy, so
Yeah.
the entire
And she
chat is
didn't-
this girl
she-
power.
Yeah.
So for this movie, they pretty much Lola's role in this movie is just so LeBron can have like a normal person to talk to. She's basically the closest thing to like a human. She's just like a normal person in this, which is like, I don't know, like it's fine. I guess I like that more than the first Space Jam maybe. Like it feels like she has more, I don't know. I guess she feels more dimensional, but at the same time, I don't think it really fixes.
No.
Like she's not really funny. She doesn't have really anything funny about her. She has like a celebrity voice
Yeah.
because like she's just like normal. I don't know. I don't like that.
It's effectively taken one problem, just made a new one instead.
Mhm.
Exactly. I think like it kind of speaks to how I feel like a lot of like people like want to have like more female characters and like funny cartoon stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, like, they don't know how to do that, it seems. Like,
totally.
just have them be like, oh, good female rep is, like, making the girls, like, smarter and, like, more well-adjusted than the boys. But, like, that makes them, like, more...
Boring.
Yeah, it makes them
Yeah.
more boring and, like, divorced from the rest
Just
of the
make
cast.
them do things. That's all.
Exactly.
That's all
Make
anyone
them
wants.
just as funny as the rest of the
Yeah.
characters you have.
My thing is, as someone who is like, identifies as a woman, I feel more patronized when characters are like this in comedies than if they were just like stupid idiots. Because I love like Looney Tunes show Lola because she's just stupid and wacky, and I think that's great.
He's like almost on par with Daffy
Yeah.
in terms of his sanity.
Yeah, and
I think
Looney
it-
Tunes show is a great example. Someone pointed this out in the chat. Great example of a celebrity voice because Kristen Wiig is pretty much riffing, or at least a lot of her dialogue sounds like she's riffing. But she fits the character, she fits the world. Her interactions
Right.
don't seem out of place. It fits the comedy. It's all worked around that specific version of the character. And I definitely buy the rumor with this version of Lola in Space Jam 2 of it being Cass Soucy, her main voice actor, and then Zendaya re-recording it at the last minute.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that a rumor?
It's rumored.
I
don't
can
know if
believe
was
it.
confirmed,
No,
but I totally buy it.
Because I think her original voice actor also voiced her in Wabbit, apparently, like her original one. So I would be surprised if she was like on call to do it, and they'd like, this character's so nothing, just make Zendaya do it.
She could have done Temp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Another funny girl character in a recent Looney Tunes thing. I think in Looney Tunes cartoons, the way they did Petunia Pig. I think that's a really good example.
I love that her show was just her getting like completely destroyed and like be like, oh.
Yeah, they did like there's like a Comic-Con like virtual panel thing they did recently where they talked about this, and yeah, they basically seem to have like a much better understanding of like if you want to have like good girl characters, just have them literally be on the same level.
Literally,
as all the other characters.
have your girl character get smacked by a mallet. I feel more patronized when they don't.
Yeah, let them get hurt. Let them be crazy. Let them be wacky.
Bella Duck showed up in DuckTales, and her whole thing was like, the boys, and she wasn't stupid and shit. I suck. I'm glad she was like dumb.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what is in Earth. I have not lived here in 20 years. She was a bit of like a caveman character. Yeah, good point.
She was a bit of a caveman.
They played it well though. That was a great part of the second half of DuckTales. I think she shows up like exactly midway through the show.
She does, yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
She was better than Bubba Duck, who I hate.
Everyone hates Bubba Duck.
Or fucking, I hate Bubba Duck. Bubba Grubba, he's the fucking caveman!
Speaking of celebrity voices, I think a celebrity voice in this movie that did work pretty well. I feel like Gabriel Iglesias voiced Speedy Gonzalez in this. I feel like he fit right in. He did have very few lines, but
it's weird because he does a good job, but they have like 2 lines.
Yeah.
Right. But I feel like if they got him like for like an actual cartoon, like I feel like he'd just fit right in.
Yeah.
Which
Oh yeah.
I was pretty glad with.
They're gonna reveal later like Tom Hanks was voicing Gossamer the whole time.
God.
Look in Big City Greens. He makes a cameo.
He
yeah.
does, doesn't he?
You have to have Snoop Dogg voicing Gossamer, just like in Adam Sandler. It's the furry celebrity voice.
Can I say, I hated the Porky Pig rap, not because Porky Pig was rapping, but because it was so obvious to a joke where, like, he uses his stuttering to, like, beatbox, and he just speaks normally through the entire beatboxing.
Yeah, that's the one
Yeah,
knack
I
against
think-
the voice acting I have. It's his voice actor on for Porky just sounds like just does not sound like Porky. Doesn't sound like enough like the voice.
They didn't
Yeah,
get
I
his,
feel
like, his current
I
voice
feel like-
actor, right?
What?
They didn't get his, like, voice actor does him, like, in the recent shorts and Looney Tunes show, did they?
They got Eric Bauza, which I think he does him in Looney Tunes cartoons, but
Does
Bob
he?
Bergen has been the typical. He's been Porky for longer, and I think they just got Bauza so he could sound normal during the rap.
So,
I don't know.
You think Bob
I
Bergen
don't
doesn't
know.
know how to sound normal?
Porky Pig took his normal pills.
No, you're taking what I said out of context.
okay, yeah, Bob Bergen does Porky and Looney Tunes cartoons.
Okay.
It's the
Yeah.
same.
I mean, I think Eric did a fine enough job. I think a lot of it is just Porky's like the one Looney Tunes voice that they almost never swap out.
Yeah.
So it's more
That's
jarring to hear
probably
him
it.
have. It's
Oh.
more jarring to hear him have a different voice. But with Bugs, like they'll change it every now and then.
Yeah, because I think Eric does
Daffy.
great as, like, I think he's a great Bugs, and when he needs to do Bugs. I think he's got, like, that nice, like, "Nyah, whoa, gaga, voice,
Yeah.
if that makes
He's
sense.
got a lot of range as Bugs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Do we
What
have
up,
anything else
Porky
to talk about?
Pig? He's calling me Pete Double. I was famous for
I
the
guess
internet.
there was that thing that popped up about like how artists weren't credited in like the Space Jam
Yes,
production.
That sucks, yeah.
there was a problem with the movie. I don't know if it was a lot of people or just a few. Apparently, a lot of artists just weren't credited, like, in the credits for, like, this movie, which is not good at all.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Especially because one of them was one of the 2D animators. Like, those guys were putting in the work, so that makes it suck even more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hope they change that, and they probably could because it's just on HBO Max right now.
Yeah.
So take it off of there, and if you
Right.
few names make the credits a second longer, you're not changing anything.
Drop
Yeah.
Space Jam 2 patch notes.
Yes, Space Jam 2 patch. We
Yeah.
nerfed Porky's rap.
I feel like I had a lot to say on this movie, and I forgot to say it. I'm gonna sitting there tonight. I'm like, oh wait, I forgot to talk about this thing or something. I don't know.
Does everyone feel like Tweety had a lot of lines?
Tweety's like the
Like
one.
Tweety had-
Cute.
Because
for
Tweety's
some
the one.
reason.
Tweety's the one they put on T-shirts, so that probably makes why.
Yeah.
Then they're like the
I-
T-shirt Looney Tunes.
Maybe I'm just like biased
Oh,
against
yeah.
Tweety or something, but I was like, this character's talking a lot more than like Elmer Fudd.
Elmer has like one line in this movie. I think he says
Sylvester, is that you?
he says that, and then he gets mad at Sylvester again later when like he brings in the wrong Michael Jordan.
Why is he mad at Sylvester? Why are they like? They have no history together.
I think Yosemite Sam has literally one line in the whole movie. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He talks in his like Casablanca scene, and then never again. I think
Yeah.
someone needs to do like a character like line count in this movie because I don't think Yosemite plays during the game at all either.
I think making Daffy the coach was a good move.
That's cute.
character-wise.
Yeah.
I did like that. Yeah.
He's
Um,
like not ready for another beating on the court.
Mhm. Oh, couple people have mentioned in the chat that the voice actor for Speedy Gonzalez is developing a movie. for him, and
Okay.
Yeah. So I think.
Oh, yeah.
he's-
Gabriel Iglesias.
Yeah. He, I guess he's gotten in with that character. That's cool.
That's
I'm
the
glad-
whole
I'm glad-
movie.
It's really
Interesting.
funny whenever I hear that Speedy Gonzalez is huge in Mexico because I used to think of him as like a stereotype, but you know what? It's
The-
representation in some
the
way.
thing is about like Speedy, the way he's presented, is that like he's mostly presented as like a hero in the shorts
Yeah.
and never
Yeah.
the one getting into the stick.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, he's also like a fast character. Like when this game will probably be typically like presented as like slow characters.
Mhm.
You think he's faster
just
than
that-
Sonic?
Yeah, probably. Again, it's just like he's just presented more in a positive way than like
Yeah,
a negative.
yeah.
That's a
He's
good
never
point.
the butt of a joke.
Yeah, I guess the voice is a big part of it. If you just get someone of a Mexican or Latino descent to voice him, then
Yeah.
then that becomes a part of his character.
Yeah, it feels more authentic, I think.
Mhm,
Yeah, and again, they're also like killing Baby Glacier, so that's gonna work out in his favor, huh?
Mhm.
Oh wait, I want to talk about the ending real quick.
Bugs dies.
Bugs dies and they hype it up, and then like 4 minutes later, he's like, "Yeah, you really think they killed Bugs Bunny, bitch?"
I mean, yeah, like, of course he wouldn't kill Bugs
No,
Bunny.
I mean obviously, but it's very funny they tried it all. But I think
Yeah.
I think the bigger thing is the implication that the Looney Tunes can now enter our human world, which has broader implications because that probably means all the other characters can too. So Rick and
Right.
Morty can come into our world and bring all their fucked up shit, and like it's just gonna cause so many problems. I also want to talk about, this movie just kind of glanced over the fact that Warner Bros. Created a pocket dimension with all their properties being like real. This movie very briefly glanced over the fact that they created a pocket dimension where all their characters exist and have feelings and emotions.
Well, did you want like a 30-minute scientific spiel about like the
No,
morality of this?
no.
Like a Jurassic World 2 kind
No,
of scene
but
where
it's
like
but it's weird because like in the first one it's just the Looney Tunes exist, and it's weird because that weirdly like doesn't make me like question anything, but this does. Just like kind of glancing over in the first one, it's like, oh yeah, they exist and also in the cartoons, sure, why not? When you put it on a broader scale like this, like in a pocket dimension.
Yeah, I think they tried to make the concept of the Looney Tunes existing. They tried to make it make more sense. Like it makes no sense for them to live in the center of the world. Of course, they're programs on a computer in the Warner Brothers server. In theory, that makes sense. But now they made they kind of complicated it by having humans enter the pocket dimension. Sorry, this online server, and the tunes can visit other movies, but they don't say what the implication of that is for the movies itself. And now they can leave the server. It doesn't make any sense. Can Don Cheadle leave the server? Does he still have his powers outside of the server?
oh, now we're getting like cinnamon sins.
We're gonna.
Cinnamon sins.
I was gonna.
That's what I call it.
They're gonna have so many sequels to this movie about characters entering the real world. There's gonna be the Steven Universe enters the real world movie. Oh, we're in New York.
So you're telling me there's a multiverse?
I do. It's clever. I think that is a clever way to have it so like Space Jam happened in the Looney Tunes world, but not in the real world. I feel like that was the implication, where like to LeBron, like Space Jam is just a movie, but because the Looney Tunes are like in a server, it actually happened to them, and they like talk about how it happened to them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't really talk about the first Space Jam, but I guess that makes sense.
The most they did was like hint at it.
Yeah, they talk about how, this sounds familiar, but they didn't really talk about how Space Jam is a movie in the Space Jam 2 universe.
And the nerd looks are in the audience.
The closest thing I got to that was like the nerd looks are there in the serververse, so there must have been like something they're in, because those characters are terrible and they weren't ever put in anything else except for Teen Titans Go. But then also, but also near the beginning, like LeBron's backpack is like a vaguely Space Jam looking thing, where it's like, and it's like also takes place in the 90s. I'm pretty sure.
I feel like, speaking of, Teen Titans Go has a new crossover with a thing I don't know if a kid's ever heard of, like every week. Like this week, hey kids, you want to watch the Teen Titans meet Freakazoid? You all know Freakazoid.
No one knows. They just do whatever they want in that show.
Yeah, I guess so. How did they get Beetlejuice on there? Like, how did that happen?
All the 4-year-olds watching Teen Titans go like, "Oh, the nerd lux."
Yeah, Teen Titans Go is it's reached a point in its popularity where the creators they've been doing this for several years. They can just do whatever they want, and I respect the show. I respect that show for just not having any boundaries. I don't watch it. I like to think that not giving it attention means that it might go away someday. It hasn't worked so far. I'm gonna keep ignoring it.
Cartoon reviewer that hates Teen Titans Go, everyone.
Uh-oh.
I've not done a single video on Teen Titans Go, and that's the reason why.
Nick, talk about Powerpuff Girls 2016.
It's been 8
What?
years. That show's been on for 8 years.
I want
Jeez.
Nintendo to talk about Powerpuff Girls 2016
I
Is that
did.
even
right
is that even
now.
still a thing?
No, I think it ended.
It
Yeah.
ended a couple years ago.
That show
Does
came and
anyone
went.
feel like? Does anyone feel like Space Jam: A New Legacy was like a little too long?
Yeah,
Maybe this is just me. I feel like movies are like so many. I feel like the standard for like how long a movie should be has been like bumped up by 30 minutes at some point, and I don't know why that is. Like this is like a 2-hour movie.
I felt like you could have cut a lot of the scenes with LeBron's family. They cut back to sometimes. Like you didn't really need. You could have just had them there, like near the end. Like, oh, we can look for LeBron at the end. You didn't really need to explain why they were there at any point in the movie.
Like in Ralph Breaks the Internet, where it's like, we just had a whole subplot without you.
Yeah.
So I think people actually wanted to see that subplot.
Your son? I'm not gonna stop thinking about it. What is the implications of Lola Bunny's like weird like son
Well-
thing?
I think it's just because she's the empath.
I feel like this
Yes,
is
You're the empath.
I think Kojima just wanted to see Lola Bunny pregnant.
Space Jam 3.
Yeah.
Lola's like, oh, bugs, and she's gonna lift up her arm and she'll be like pregnant, and then Dracula will be like, my daughter is pregnant.
I'm so glad you said that.
You're
Kojima's-
pregnant with our baby?
Kojima's like, Lola's always pregnant.
And then there'll be the Space Jam 2 Gangnam Style scene exclusive to only some versions of the movie.
Oh my god.
They'll do a Death Stranding style reveal of the baby. It's still in the womb.
What is a Speedy Gonzales movie going to be like? I'm thinking about that. Is it going to be like the Marvin the Martian movie where like someone opens a toy, Speedy Gonzales, and he like gets up and he's like in the real world? What are they going to do? I feel like it's the only kind of movie you can do with like cartoon characters that were just
I
made
don't
for
know.
shorts now.
It'll be in New York or
Like that happened with
something.
Woody Woodpecker and Tom and Jerry. I would hate if he was in New York. That would suck. He should be in like the desert. He should be in like an old west. Like
No, he'll start
it
off in
should
the
take
desert.
place in like the 1800s.
No,
like
no.
Mexico.
He'll be in the desert at first, and there'll be a few scenes of him just running around, and then he'll get like put in a box, and then he'll get out of the box, like he'll be like, "Where am I?" And then he'll look around, like, "What is?" Like he's in like Times Square, like, "I'm in New York."
No.
This is a chili dog, Speedy.
A chili dog. I never had one of those before. And then he eats it, and like his eyes turn like huge pupils, and he's like,
Yeah. And he starts eating 100 of them, and like his hands go like. Speedy Gonzales stops the expansion of America. There should be like a historical movie. It's,
Speedy Gonzales throughout
I
history. It'll be
love
like
this.
Forrest Gump.
I love this
Yeah.
comment. Space Jam 3, a new baby.
God.
It's pretty good. Do we want to do questions?
Oh shit! Yeah, we probably should.
Is there any other things we should discuss?
I mean, let me check my list. There was a few things we didn't talk about. Like, I don't know, Arthur's getting canceled. I don't know what he did.
Yeah,
how much we could say?
had a good run.
Yeah, that show's been on for 25 years. It will still be like on reruns for another 25. So
Yeah, they're gonna reboot it in 2 years. Give it some time.
I'll have a Keller
Um,
Katie Bean smile.
we haven't talked
Whenever
about
whenever
Mythbusters interview.
shows get it's funny that like they're ending it at 25 because I always think about how people are like the Simpsons should end. It's season 35 or season 40, like a round number. And I
Yeah,
think of this quote
Right.
from like one of the writers who's like, it's kind of stupid to end a show like that. It's like, hey grandma, you lived at like till like age 75. That's a solid round number. Time for you to die.
I guess the two other just small things is the Patrick Star show. If anyone watched that,
I didn't.
I didn't.
watch
I
that.
I
don't
watched. I
have
watched like
Nickelodeon.
2 minutes of it.
Yeah, I was there.
All right. Oh, they have to. Yeah, no, I haven't watched it.
I know.
I've seen 3 episodes, and I like the direction they went in, trying to do like a Pee Wee's Playhouse thing with Patrick, having it revolve around his personality. It's not like Planet Sheen, where Patrick's the hero and he has to solve every problem somehow through his stupidity. It's a little more mindless, but they have a lot of like interesting cutaways. Feels like an extension of what they were doing with the regular show. Regular SpongeBob show. Trying to branch out.
Dude,
It's a regular show spin-off.
We're at the Patrick Star Show dimension, dude. Uh,
It's fine. It's not really my thing. Kids will like it though. It's not like a bad cartoon. Got a good voice cast.
I describe that show as like feeling like that Futurama episode where they go to like that Bach dimension and everything's slightly different. That's what that show like looks like to me.
Yeah, I do like some of the art direction they have with it. I did watch the thing where like they were talking about making it. Yeah.
All right. Probably a million other things that happened that we could talk about, but we should probably get into questions.
Yeah.
All right, everyone.
Ask us questions.
This is the part of the show where if you have a silly little question, you can just ask.
I'm trying to think of other news things that came up. Beyond the Time Cartoons asks, what did the rest of do you think of the Looney Tunes show? I'm tired. I'm sorry.
It's fine. My thoughts on the Looney Tunes show is outside the original shorts, it's probably one of my favorite Looney Tunes thing. I just think there's something about it I really like, and I think it's just because Daffy and Lola are really funny.
Mm.
There is something just seeing these characters in this environment that's very fascinating to me.
I haven't really watched it since I was like 11, but I remember liking it. I remember actually being like confused a little as to like some of the characters are just like really like different, like Gossamer and like the witch. I remember thinking like, is there like some kind of why are they like?
No.
Why is Taz like a dog?
No, there's no explanation.
Taz is a dog. He was like an idea they thought was really clever, and they could not think of like any plot lines for.
Yeah,
he just stays in the backyard.
But as I grew up, I realized like, oh, they're like it's like supposed to be like a sitcom kind of thing. Like, so they just put characters in like whatever situations, whatever positions work for them.
I think the development of that show is really interesting too because it started off as a completely different show called Laugh Riot, and it was supposed to be like very much aimed at kids. It's like very energetic and silly. It's interesting. Like it started as that, and it became something that honestly at times like it's more aimed at like people our age. Like when people talk about like cartoons for like adults, like they think like, oh, there's a sex joke in here if you look carefully. But Looney Tunes show has like DMV plots and like city council plots. Like a kid's gonna know what like any of this is about. Is what I was thinking. And in season 1 of the show, there's still a lot of DNA from like that original version. You can spot like a lot of stuff still carried over. There's like full episodes from that era of the show that are just still in it a bit. Like there's like a Sylvester episode that's very clearly from like that point in the show's development still. It's interesting to me because by season 2, they really figured themselves out. But season 1 is a lot of like leftover from this like show that doesn't exist anymore.
And if you want to know more about the Looney Tunes show, you could watch Nintendo's latest video talking about it.
Yeah, we're calling to your video.
Yeah,
go to YouTube.com, type in Nintendo in the search bar, and click on the channel that is good.
Yes, the good one.
Click on the good Nintendo.
No comments on the other one. We got a comment from Sleepy Nook on Twitch. Nintendo, are you going to review Kira Kira Freaker? At least till Rio goes into the coma. I have no idea what that is.
I think it'd be really...
Yes, I got video proof that you said yes.
I think it'd be really funny to watch you review like a baby cartoon, like baby anime for little girls, because I feel like that's like not something you'd be into at all.
I did an anime review earlier this year. Yeah, it's about the anime featured in Malcolm in the Middle called Nazca.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite videos I've ever done.
I liked it a lot, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
I didn't watch that video actually.
Thanks, Steve.
I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't. I just didn't get around to it.
Yeah, no, I'm super proud. You'll allow me to gloat about my own work for a second. I didn't make video. I was busy for a couple months, and so that video was kind of the culmination of all these different jokes and references in my head that were built up, and like people I had talked to, not really about the show, and just kind of being like watching every single episode of Malcolm in the Middle, and then watching that show, and then being like, well, here's what I think. So it's like half a Malcolm in the Middle video because I just wanted to talk about that show really badly.
I want to ask you in chat, Scoob 2 predictions right now.
I think they're gonna go for more of the Warner Brothers stuff that was gonna be the extended universe stuff that was gonna be in the movie originally.
Like the female Jabberjaw.
Yes, I'm so happy for Jabberjaw's transition.
Yeah.
I think
I like.
I also found like the tweet from Kojima talking about his work on the production for Space Jam 2.
Yeah, put it on screen.
God.
I do like this question. If Space Jam had another cast of characters exploring the Warner universe outside of Looney Tunes, who should do it? I think that's a pretty
Space
fun
Ghost.
question.
That's tough because like it needed to be like a cast like versatile character. Looney Tunes are very versatile.
I think Space
true.
Ghost or like the Ocho.
Or honestly, like you could just have like the three guys from Aqua Teen just
That's
go
true.
into like
Maybe.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman world.
Well, I guess the problem is you need a cast of characters that are big enough to make a basketball team.
Or not. You could just forego that.
No,
entirely.
they have to play basketball. If they don't play basketball, then I'm gonna get mad.
Well, you could have like the entire like Miss Baker's class from Clarence. You could have, like, basketball.
Clarence,
I want
Mad Max World.
trying to think of like an obscure OKKO character. I want Joe Cuppa to be the main character. Everyone's favorite Joe Cuppa.
Hey, buddy. Hey, look, I'm in the Gremlins
Joe
world.
Cuppa? More like Joe Mama. Oh!
I think if you told that to Joe Cuppa, like in university, cry.
We don't know who he is.
I think Rick and Morty would do it. Like Rick would get his basketball team. Like, oh look, it's all the characters. So the Summer, Jerry, Beth, Morty, all the ones. We're gonna form a basketball team.
Why are you talking like that?
That's what Rick sounds like. I should know.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. A regular show.
Yeah, Muscle Man.
You know
You
what?
need Muscle Man.
Yeah, I want to see Muscle Man in Mad Max. He's woo on the back of a truck. Yeah, I can see that.
Dudes, what's with the cloud in the sewer?
Someone mentioned Sonic Lost World in the chat, and I wanna bring this up because I've never seen anyone else talk that. You know, like the map music for Sonic Lost World,
Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
it doesn't it sound like it's supposed to be changing, like in Yoshi's Island, like in a different world, the music changes a little bit. Doesn't it sound like just like an edited version of that? But for like, there's only one track in Sonic Lost World.
You know what? I understand what you're saying. As
Yeah,
someone who's played a lot of Sonic Lost World.
yeah. It
Um,
sounds like the track is supposed to be like a bunch of different versions of the track, but then the composer is like, I don't have enough time to make like 8 different versions for each of the different themed worlds.
We have the entire Sonic Lost World fandom in call right now.
Oh my
Oh, God.
I just bought Sonic Lost World today on Steam because I don't have it on
Really?
Wii U, and
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
$7. Yeah, all the Sonic games are really cheap, so I bought that.
Everyone, go buy
Generations
Sonic
and-
Lost World right now.
Yeah, I bought that generation Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on Steam. For some reason, I'm pretty sure Sonic Forces, Team Sonic Racing is cheaper than Sonic Lost World. I have no idea why. I guess that game just really didn't sell that well.
Maybe it's because it's a spin-off and they value spin-offs a little less. That's all
I
I
don't
got.
know.
I think Lost World was
no.
originally more expensive. Like I
Either
think
way,
Team Sonic Racing was like a $40
The thing
game.
about
and Lost
Sonic
World was like
games on Steam
50.
is that they're gonna come at a deal every other week.
Oh yeah, Sonic games are on sale all the time,
Yeah.
which is something.
Sega's constantly doing their going out of business sales.
Which
They
is
must know.
which is
Yeah.
something that's normal for most companies. Since a lot of us are Nintendo fans, we forget companies do sales.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
gonna mess up the Yoshi levels, but like people are like modding that back in. Like the modding community will have your back. They'll make sure that source code is back in 100%. They are
Nintendo-
geniuses at that.
Nintendo has to put Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze at 10% of its original price. They will literally like close the whole studio down.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to playing that. I don't know if my computer can run some of those games, but I'm due for a new laptop, so I will make sure it has the right specifications to run Sonic Lost World.
You're gonna open your
For
Your
sure,
laptop.
you'll be able
Steam.
to run like the first two Sonic Adventures game.
Yeah, probably. Probably. This laptop's from like 2018. It's not like a gaming laptop.
I have a gamer laptop.
I have the same laptop my dad uses to make spreadsheets.
Oh
So
my god.
Whoa.
Every time I think about Sonic Lost World now, it's just drop the critters, Eggman!
Wow.
Look, someone is saying they're glad I helped them appreciate the cheese of that game. I love like the cutscenes of Sonic Lost World. I've probably
They're
talked
very
about this
good.
a couple of times, but it's like it's such a like it's so like tonally weird. Like in one scene, like they'll be like cracking like cartoon jokes, like Sonic Colors. Then sometimes they'll be like really oddly like dark and like melodramatic, like emotional beats.
What's the line Eggman has like Tails died for the greater good?
Tails acted for the greater good. Let's make sure sacrifice wasn't for nothing.
And then Sonic's like
Is
really
that Major
sad.
Monogram?
Agent P.
No. Oh. And I like the scene where Sonic is talking on his iPad, and like Amy and Knuckles die, and then like Amy like Amy's like about to confess her love for him, but then like the transmission cut.
What do you think Sonic? What do you think Sonic would have said when she like finished? Like she was like, I know. You told me.
Amy and Knuckles in the Minecraft trees world.
Yeah.
You've acted for the greater good.
With this machine, I'll drain all the life and energy from the Minecraft world.
Amy and Knuckles being in that game is so funny because it feels like they're like, well, we have another game in a row with like none of the characters. People will get mad. Just cut back to Amy and Knuckles sometimes.
I think those are like the safest Sonic's Friends characters because they're technically classic. So
Yeah,
no one can get mad at us.
I think they should redo that game, but it cuts back to like Vector and Blaze are the ones on the ground. Don't worry, Sonic. It's all good down here.
Yeah, Vector, Sonic, and Vector, Silver, and Blaze. It's Team Chaotix. Your favorite.
It's such
What's their team name even called? It's
Team
called-
Vector? Maybe?
I
Yeah.
don't remember.
It's just team whatever. Team leftovers.
That's such a we don't have enough time to develop the rest of the Chaotix. Just put Vector on this team.
I want a canonical explanation for why Vector ditches Espio and Charmy in these spin-offs.
I think they explained it in game somewhere.
Okay.
Hey
No.
guys,
Hey, whoa! Who's the handsome fella to my right?
right back at ya.
Do you want some rice pudding?
Oh no, that's gross.
You want some test? I'm in brittle.
Oh, I love it the most.
Do you collect coins?
Yeah, just in case vending machines become the dominant race.
Okay, that's enough.
Where is this coming from?
It's Phineas and Ferb across the second dimension when Doof meets alternate universe Doof and they sing a song.
I've been alone all these years.
With all my irrational fears. But at the vending machine thing, it's gonna happen.
What does this come from? Why did I start? We did not set up at all that there's two vectors. What is...
It's the Vector from the other world. The two worlds, Sonic. It's canon.
That's what he means. That's what he means. Classic vector. Yeah. Okay.
From the classic Sonic from the past / other dimension.
I've been
Yeah. The other.
I've been thinking about that GIF you keep posting of Barney and the Simpsons characters dancing, and you describe it as like a Phineas and Ferb dance sequence. And I'm saying us against the universe.
I was obsessed with that musical number when it came out, and I rewatched it today. I hate for you guys for putting it back in my mind. The West Side Story parody in The Simpsons. It's from like it's like an episode. I'm sorry, I'm really tired. An episode from like the current season where Bart finds Mrs. Krabappel's journal, and they have this huge musical number, and it's got a great scope. Some of the animation is it's fine, but man, they I don't know what they were going for with the direction. Something's going on with The Simpsons in quarantine with their animation because it just looked off.
I like this idea. Jeff and Barney going, I used to be alone! Just me against the rising tide!
It's welcome to the show where we sing Phineas and Ferb songs in that voice.
But now you have to be an island!
Oh my god.
and then Barney Milhouse goes, "It's the best.
What the best thing about family?
and then all the Disney characters from the 50s and 70s start dancing to the song, and then there's
I'm sorry, everyone.
a Madagascar clip of King Julian singing.
I don't even know what you're talking. Why is King Julian here? I don't know what you're
thinking about
talking
those like A and B's like children making the Pooh Adventures ones, so, like the 50s and 70s Disney's animated characters will sing like a song of a different thing, and then it's like sing them some dancing, and then King
Nick, are you
Julian.
following this?
I mean, I know that friends are also family. We're not just talking about blood relation.
I was strong, and we belong.
Is someone gonna point out how Barney and Vector sound exactly the same?
Yeah,
They're the same person.
I think in my fanfic I'm writing right now, the two guys from the bar dance behind Barney are like Phineas and Ferb. Like they walk up to Candace and he puts their arms around them. Someone
I
described this.
hate that I brought this up.
Someone described this GIF on Twitter as like looking like it's supposed to be animated smoothly, but they didn't have the time to animate it smoothly. So it looks like this.
There's a lot of
Sakura.
wonky walk cycles in that scene, so I feel like something happened.
Because-
Like they had a time crunch.
Because like the poses they like are pretty solid, but like the stuff in between the poses is like really weird. I love Flanders is kind of like shifting to the right in the background. There's so much
Yeah, it
stuff
looks
here.
like someone watched Phineas and Ferb. Is like, we can do a dance scene on that scale.
You
But
think
then-
that's what happened?
It feels it's got that vibe, honestly.
Yeah, and then like the choreographer from High School Musical comes in.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Ortega. Why is Barney the main character?
Did anyone know who Kenny Ortega was when they watched that Roller Coaster the Musical?
No, I didn't. I had to
didn't.
look it up.
Yeah. Oh, Steve, how was your rewatch of Phineas and Ferb been? I found all your tweets on it. Been pretty good.
Oh yeah. I'm really getting close to the end. I have like less than 30 episodes left.
Wow. It's still a lot to go though.
Yeah, but I could get through them. I mean, that's like I'm gonna be done next month, which is just in time for summer to be over, pretty much.
Oh,
With
you
vacation, like-
know what you sing at the end of summer? Summer belongs
What?
to you. Summer belongs to everyone. So have some fun.
Not what they sang. That's not the last episode, is it? Do
No.
they sing that again? Okay, so you're just being crazy. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. Today I watched the episode where. Oh, spoiler warning! It's the I should have been counting. It's like it's the Isabella birthday episode. I don't know how many birthday episodes we're
yeah.
on. This show has a lot of episodes where it's a character's birthday. We've seen like so far. I've seen Candace's birthday, Linda's birthday, Phineas's birthday, Doofenshmirtz's birthday, Doofenshmirtz's daughter Vanessa's birthday. Now I'm on Isabella's birthday. I'm pretty sure it was Major Monogram's birthday in one episode. I
Yeah.
I think that happened. Yeah,
I think that's a
Although
gag.
Ferd's
Like, no one
birthday.
remembered.
it's so there's. I'm on like probably birthday episode number 7, I think. But yeah, that's the one where.
Seven, Phineas and Ferb. Birthday episodes.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that.
Isn't Across the Second Dimension that when they found it's almost the day where we found you, Perry? Isn't that kind of like Perry's birthday?
Oh my god, that's
I
another
guess
birthday
so.
episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a Perry birthday episode. Yeah.
Close.
I mean, yeah, 'cause they wouldn't know when Perry was actually born.
No one's sure.
So yeah, that's the episode, Isabella's birthday, where Doof and Perry crashed into Stacy's house.
Oh
That was one
yeah.
of-
And then Stacey's like, "What the what?"
yeah, I like that. I like that. I really like Perry. I mean, I always liked him, but that's just something that's been sticking out to me. I really like how he's characterized. Like, I like how they have two kind of silent characters. They both like feel different, like Ferb and Perry.
It's interesting because they're like 2 out of the 5 like main characters in that show are silent.
Right. But they still feel. I really like how Perry's like he's like a very serious guy, but he's like, he has a heart to him. He can be nice to Doofenshmirtz.
You can
he
tell.
really likes Ferb.
You can tell, like, in all like corners of the show, he really pities Doofenshmirtz to some extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Across the Second Dimension for how they try to make Perry like really they really try to make him emote and put him in peril and they have Phineas yell at Perry and Perry can't do anything to respond. And I know people don't like angry Phineas, but I've always found it really, really funny.
Yeah.
So
get on the trike.
I like when Perry he's got his feet stuck in that like cow skull and he's struggling to get out. And Phineas is just like, oh come on.
I think it's just funny because he's like so happy all the time. So it's funny to see Phineas just get like pissed off for a bit, like something finally like set him off. I don't want your pamphlet.
It's like half of the movie where Phineas is like kind of pissed off at Perry.
Ferb seems pretty.
It's funny because it's Phineas, Ferb, and Perry, and Phineas is the only character who can talk. So it's just like, Ferb, what do you think about this? Ferb like shakes his head. Yeah, Ferb's right, Perry. We don't like you anymore.
Oh my God.
Ferb seems pretty neutral in the whole situation.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he could probably relate. Probably he's leading a bizarre double life himself.
Bizarre double life.
Yeah.
You really think so? Like what would its double life be?
I mean, we kind of see, like, that one episode where they're at, like, the store, and he's, like, trying to help Vanessa get that thingy. I forgot what they're getting. I bet he does a lot of that.
I can hunt you down!
Stop.
Why do you hate me?
Honestly, they really force a Vanessa, like, Ferb stuff.
I feel like Vanessa and Ferb is a weird thing. I feel like they wanted us to believe they're closer in age than they act. They're like, Phineas are like 9, right? And she's like 16. I don't know, still.
Like, you're telling me she really waited that long for Ferb?
I don't say it like that. Let's
move on to another topic.
Yeah, let's end the show right now.
Let's take one more question because we got off. Let's take one more. I'm gonna put SpongeBob crying slideshow on screen.
We're really close to 3 hours.
Yeah, I mean that's. We might as well. That's what we did last time, where it was like there was like 10 minutes until it was 3 hours. It was like, let's just keep going. We ended it right at 3 hours.
Someone's asking for favorite Phineas and Ferb song.
Oh, good question.
There's like a million of those.
Yeah, I can name like favorites. So I really like Brand New Reality from Across the Second Dimension.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. I don't think that's like super popular. I know from that movie, Everything's Better with Perry ranks against it. But God, I got such a soft spot for Brand New Reality. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because that sequence is really, really fun.
Yeah.
You made me appreciate that song more. I remember you said that you like that. I was like, well, I'll listen to it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. Floor After Floor. Someone mentions that in Twitch chat. That one's really good.
Oh yeah.
That one has a really Floor After Floor has a really insane like one shot.
Yeah.
Where no one ever talks about it. I guess it counts. It's like something you never see in animation.
I remember that episode because I was like when like sometimes Phineas or Alien or like other countries or something. And that was one of the episodes, and I went to school and bragged about seeing it early.
You were that kid. You were the kid who would brag about seeing Phineas and Ferb episodes early. That was you.
Yeah.
I knew a kid like that too. It's like I got the DVD and I saw the Fast and the Phineas before anyone else. I saw anyone else.
I really I guess cause there's obvious ones like everyone loves Ain't Got Rhythm that's like an all-time one but like kind of more obscure ones. I really love the song Lawrence sings in that one episode, Alien Heart. I think it's a really fun one.
Yes, that's a good one.
I love the song Norm sings to that one robot woman.
Interface.
Interface, my favorite Daft Punk song.
There's one of my favorite like just little parts of a song that I think about all the time is in Robot Rodeo. It's the very end. There's a key change that I can't get enough of where it goes Robot Rodeo.
I'm gonna look up Shay Frillis production. I'm gonna copy his opinions. Alright guys, my least favorite song is Give Me a Second, I'll tell you
Mine is Go Phineas. Or no,
Go
Go
Phineas,
Candace. Because it's
go
just Go Phineas
Candace.
again. Yeah, Go Candace. Go
Go
Candace.
Candace.
I really like the one Watching and Waiting. That's probably one of my favorites.
Oh, yeah.
Watching and waiting.
Yeah, where they're sitting and they're looking at the thing. I've always really liked how that sounds.
All right, guys. My least favorite Phineas and Ferb song. Give me just a second. Yeah, I gotta wait for the video. I don't want to scroll too far ahead. My least favorite song, number 346. The moment has arrived. I hate that one.
What?
That's my least favorite Phineas and Ferb song.
What song?
Number 346. The moment has arrived.
The moment has arrived. What is that?
I don't even know. It's like from a beach episode or something.
I like the Seep. I know you probably like bagged on the song on the Twitter. Probably not a favorite, but the one that's just like the summer filler
The
song.
slide music.
The summer. Yeah, the slide music. They only use it when they go on slides.
I love
which is
Phineas.
pretty funny.
I love Phineas and Ferb songs that are clearly like, we need a song this episode. Just to have them like, we're on a slide, we're going down. It's really fast, but it's the fastest slide in the world. It's the fastest slide in the world. It's the fastest, and then like so like it's faster than a high hydraulic super plane. It's faster than speeding is up. So like list some things for a bit.
You nailed that. That's pretty good.
I could hear Danny Jacobs in my head.
Yeah, it's got to be Danny Jacob doing it.
Yeah.
I can think of any character to have a song.
Mhm.
So could you just
Danny
could you write
Jacob's my
something for
favorite
that?
Phineas and Ferb character.
I was thinking about that.
It's in every episode.
There's like
Django?
who?
Django?
Django? Oh, he's my other favorite, obviously.
Django.
I love Django because there was like a stretch of like 4 episodes where they were trying to make him a thing, and like
Oh.
we're not making Django a thing. There's a voice actor in the Looney Tunes show who voiced like every single like one-off like male character, and he says like, "All right, Daffy, here's the pilot test."
He's one of the writers.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I figured.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the equivalent in like the Simpsons where like they have like the guest star voice or like random guy,
Mhm.
you know?
All right, Daffy. I don't know why I'm like voicing like he's a mom now. Like, all right, Daffy,
Daffy,
get on the
I'm
plane.
going to Pride, Daffy. I'm going to Pride as an ally. There's
Really
Perry
like
Grant-
Phineas and
Yeah.
Ferb songs. Quirky Workin' song is a classic.
Obviously,
Quirky yeah, I think that's the name.
I hate the Perry Grip song because they all go in and it looks very scary. Like, look.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. There's like a 10-second stretch where they're just at this weird low angle. I meant to post a picture of that when I saw that. It was just so funny looking.
Like looking down, like me after like Phineas and Ferb characters after they kill me.
Perry Grip looking at me for not having a successful internet music career.
Rosa, what's your favorite Phineas and Ferb song? I don't think you're as big of a Phineas head as maybe some of us, but I want to know.
Yeah. I don't know, just whatever comes to mind. Oh, of course, Perry's theme.
Doopy doopy dooba doopy.
Perry's theme is really good.
Is really
Mhm,
What's-
very good.
I feel like in like the clip show where they like count down all the songs, I feel like that feels like it was supposed to have Perry's theme in there, because like they have Perry show up and
yeah.
he's like, "Okay, everyone,
Oh yeah.
here's the next song," and it like wasn't his theme wasn't in the top 10 at all. I feel
love,
like it should have been there.
I love the second one they did where it's like flash animated. And you could tell like it's animated differently from every other episode of the entire show.
Have you gotten to that one? Wait, see, I think that's like a few away from where you are.
Yeah.
if I'm not wrong.
There's a second
What?
clip. There's a second
If
clip
it-
testicle
yeah.
countdown.
Oh,
There's like a live action host and like Major Monogram and Doof are there, but they're animated like
Oh,
very
no.
clearly in flash.
they got the take 2 with Phineas and Ferb animation.
Yes, yeah.
Oh my
It is.
god!
It is definitely the worst episode of the show, and it's not really an episode of the show.
Oh my gosh!
I like
Well, I
the-
gotta watch that.
Like the
I'm skipping
song goes, "It's called the Dog."
He does the dance.
Oh, you know
We
me?
need to put the GIF on the screen quick before
All
the show
right,
ends.
all right. Hold on. Everyone say.
Doof doing the adulting dance.
Someone
from
in
The
chat.
Simpsons.
Someone in chat ask one more question. So
Yeah. I guess the last Phineas and Ferb song, "Dance Baby," the one with poop and dairy.
Yeah,
Guys, it's
that
been
is
a
really-
3-hour podcast. Victor was singing half an hour
Yeah.
ago.
he was.
Yeah, Vector.
Ow! It's so long.
Ryan, the clip you have to take, or whoever does the clip,
It's
it
me,
needs
yeah.
to be the fake Phineas and Ferb song.
I was gonna
because that was
say.
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm pretty proud of that one.
Yeah.
Uh,
I want to send it to other people and see what they think. And I'm not saying the whole 3-hour podcast. Be like, oh, try to find it. It's around the 2-hour and 47 minute.
It's right after Ryan puts the Simpsons dance gif on screen.
you want to?
Oh,
You want to
this
skip
this
past
Duke
the
give
part.
us
If it's all sad, gets the voice. We win.
No.
You know, people will have a lot of questions looking at these.
Right, this is a really good screen. This is a really. I like the SpongeBob crying slideshow. Right
I
next
like
to
how you have Hideo Kojima's quote right above my avatar.
Nintendo said that.
That's a good screen cap to take. Just cut out Hideo Kojima and just make it look like Nick saying that.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna make me look. You're taking my words out of context. You're gonna make me think like I said. Coolsville sucks.
What's the other Phineas and Ferb like big dance? Every day's a brand new day, baby. Carpe diem.
Why are you insisting on doing that?
I love Barney singing Phineas and Ferb. Maybe Marge can join in. Like,
And we hope you all enjoyed the show.
That should be in the last episode.
Hope it was not anticlimactic.
They need to do that exact thing in the last episode and cut to like every single character they've ever had in the show.
It's about the time we spent together.
Oh my god.
Marge!
Homer can sing. We went to space and jumped the gorge. Marge kissed me, but it was in high school.
Fun.
Homer's talking about how kids who dated Marge in the 90s was also a teenager in the 90s
But also a teenager in the 70s.
and the 70s.
I love that show's like flowing timeline because Bart's been like a baby in every single generation now.
There was a Bart.
Yeah.
Bart was now born in 2011.
That's so fucked up. That's
Lisa
so
was
fucked
born
up.
in 2013.
Oh my god. Maggie's probably even younger then. Maggie's probably born like 2019 now.
Yeah, Maggie was born in like 2018, 2019. Yeah.
That's twisted.
Maggie's a baby. That's not that surprising.
Well, the fact that like this Maggie the baby.
Well, Maggie's probably even younger. Whoa.
Meg from Family Guy was born in like 2005.
Imagine pointing at a baby like, I can't believe this baby was born in 2019. That's crazy.
It's pretty wacky.
There's gonna be a point in time where I have to embrace the fact because The Simpsons will still be on that I'm older than Homer Simpson.
Oh my god. Man. What if
Look
that
at
does happen to
Brian.
you?
Look at baby Brian next to baby Stewie.
Ryan?
I'm
Yeah.
excited for all the Simpsons. There's gonna be a lot of Grandpa episodes as the writers get older because they're like, I can really relate to Grandpa. He's old.
A sudden influx of grandpa episodes.
They're just gonna reach a point where they can't hire anyone new, and so their current writing team just gets older and older.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, you know what? We were too hard on Grandpa. Being old really is tough. It's gonna be a Grandpa redemption episode. We're gonna have to issue a statement talking about how we're sorry for making fun of the elderly in our previous episode.
It's like when Burns went to Yale. It's all the whiny millennials.
Quagmire, need to go. The episode's almost over, Quagmire. It's over. You need to leave. Lois will be home any minute now.
Baby Brian. Brian, your baby.
Brian!
We got a minute left until we hit 3 hours. Are we gonna cut it off there?
Yeah.
Hold on. I got one last thing to say about Brian
Okay.
Griffin.
Yeah.
He would have been happier as a gay man.
Think so?
Yes, there's an episode that proves it.
Tell you the robot one where his robot clone makes out with him and then he goes to like gay bars.
Why
Yeah.
is this? Why do we want to end on this?
What do
We have to close it out. Close it. Thank you for coming on the show, everybody. Everyone, thanks for coming and ready to start the podcast. Thank you for coming on, Nintendo. We loved
Oh,
having
you're
you.
welcome. Oh,
Wait.
thank you for having me.
Wait,
Of course.
wait, hold on. I have a really good way. It's a really thematic way. But none of you will be able to hear it.
Okay.
take my word for it. I'm gonna end the show. Just don't worry about it. Just don't make any noise.
Mm-hmm.
Enos.
That's all, folks.